Yeah. Who's got the game ball? That's what I want to know. That's what we're opening up the show with. Where is that game ball? Damn it. Hashtag this league, and it rolls on.
Oh, the entire day yesterday was a hashtag this league.
They never miss an opportunity. This league. Now, is it a good thing? I don't know. Like,
I question that a lot. I don't know. I have fun with some of it.
Draymond is not a good thing.
The Draymond thing's not good.
No, you can't be clocking people upside the head.
Draymond's a lunatic.
Yeah, he is.
I was still trying to see people say that like it's unintentional and stuff like that.
He's been doing it for over a decade.
We've been past that a long time ago. This is who he is. This is what he does.
I think he's 33. He was probably drafted late, so probably like 23, right?
19 ejections in his career.
Including 3 this year.
3 this year.
And he was suspended for 5 games.
The Pistons have the same amount of wins as Draymond Green has ejections this year.
Yeah, he's a maniac. But the question everybody's asking is why now? Why would you do this now? Why would you finally say indefinitely? Why not last year when he knocked his teammate into next week? You know, why not?
Well, that was
then?
a team thing. Because that's not during a game, right? That's a team.
We can always find the excuse, and then
I know that, but that one's different though. That one's not on an NBA court. It's in practice. That is something the team internally has to deal with. That is not something the league deals with.
It's a league issue. Yes, it is.
The league. It's like the NFL. We had this argument with Aaron Donald when he swung a helmet at somebody. It's like, does the league get involved in that, or is that a practice thing? In the league, I don't think even did they touch that?
Wait.
But it's practice.
You agree that if the league wanted to, they could.
I guess.
Yeah. Okay. No,
but
there's I guess.
That's an internal thing though. That's during practice. That's not during an. He didn't get ejected by NBA officials, or like he didn't punch an NBA official or NBA official. This wasn't something that the league was overseeing. This was Jeff Kerr's Golden State Warriors practice they were overseeing. Steve Kerr's. Good God.
Hello, Jeff.
About time I said something like that. But Steve Kerr's Golden State Warriors practice. And that was, I feel like, more of them internally that they had to deal with. But this is being done on an NBA court to other players on other teams. Yeah, this is usually punished more harshly.
I don't know. I think you just go ahead and lump everything up over the years. And if you wanted to do something because he knocked Jordan Poole out at practice, you could have.
That's just who he is, right? That's just who he is.
That also wasn't an accident.
No,
like that was not.
An accident,
he
flailed behind it. Yeah, but I'm past the point of giving him any benefit of the doubt.
No,
I can give some players, but after a certain point, Grayson Allen tripping people. It's not like, okay, it's not an accident anymore. You're just doing it. You're the only one in the league I see doing this. Like Draymond's the only guy in the league that this just so happens to be happening to all the time. And I wonder why.
Nobody else has 19.
Draymond's the only one turning around and forearming somebody in the chin.
I was trying to get position, he said.
Right. He's the only one that tries to get position. And that this happens to over and over and over and over.
And what we're doing is we're part of the problem because we're laughing at it, right? Where they think the Gobert aspect, and don't get me wrong, we have nothing to do about it, but it's just, I think that's kind of been the vibe about this the whole time over the years with Draymond is it's funny. Oh, look at this. It's Draymond being Draymond. He put Rudy Gobert in a chokehold. Like, yes, that was hysterical. And you got
that was really funny.
And Sean.
I don't know if it's as funny as seeing Ben Simmons putting Cat in the chokehold.
That was funny.
That was funny.
And tapping out, too.
Yeah.
And Cat tapping out.
That was funnier.
Yes, that was really good. All right. Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's Daily Ticket, a little 3-man weave action coming.
I don't know if this last one was funny. This last one was like, come on, man.
No, it's not.
I usually do get some entertainment. I think it's funny. Some of the things that Draymond does. And the thing with Rudy Gobert, that was a funny scene. It was really hilarious. But this one was just, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
You're doing it. You just did it again. So I don't know. I'm done with it. I'm out.
Well, apparently the NBA is finally hit their mark as well, where it's like, all right. Somebody brought this up. I saw it last night, or I heard it last night, where they were talking about, look, they can't afford this because they got a new television deal that they're fighting for, I think in a year and a half or 2 years, whatever it may be. And yeah, exactly. And they're like, well, they care about their image and they want to be pitching guys like LeBron and Steph Curry and all that. And then, you got this nonsense.
So the first 18 injections were fine.
Yeah,
Then
exactly.
once we get to the TV deal, one forearm to the face, indefinitely gone.
Well, you got this, and you got the Ja Morant stuff where he's jumping around with a gun on Instagram, and who knows what the hell's going on with Giddey down there in OKC. Hashtag this league.
This league.
Well, look, I was entertained last night from the 76ers standpoint. They dominated, and they beat one of the worst teams that you'll ever lay eyes on an NBA floor. It was an easy 12-point cover, something that we discussed on Picks and Roll, and Joel Embiid went off. So there was a lot to like from the Sixers perspective. I thought some really good games across the league last night, including the Lakers and the San Antonio Spurs. Wemby battles back. They outscored the Lakers in the fourth quarter 45-30. And Wemby led the charge. I think he had like 2 or 3 late 3-pointers. He is now the front runner back to being the favorite for Rookie of the Year.
No.
Should have hopped all over that plus
Shocking.
money. All over plus money. Because there is not a damn chance in hell that he is going to lose the Rookie of the Year if he makes the number. If he doesn't play and they pull him or shut him down, whatever it may be, then I don't know if he'll get there. But plus money, he's at minus 120 right now, so it's still low enough. Go ahead and get it. I just don't. Chet is going to have to do so much more for him to win that award, because Wemby is just, dude, he's a freak.
If they put up around the same stats, it's going to automatically go to Wembanyama.
Yes.
You need Chet to average 25
he's
and 14 and
threes, Luke, like he's getting the inbounds, dribbling it up the floor, then handing it off, coming off a pick, and then shooting threes with nothing but the net. It's look, I get it. Chet's awesome. Oklahoma City's great this year, but Wemby, you got to give the award.
But that's the problem. Oklahoma City's great, and so Chet's involved. Chet is not nearly as involved in, of course, as Wembanyama in his offense. Wembanyama is the offense.
I mean, if the Spurs didn't have Wembanyama,
as many shots as possible,
they may not win a game all year.
Yeah.
Granted, they've only won 3 of them, but that number may be 0 rather than 3.
Oh, I love it. I love it. All right. Anything else from the NBA? Because we're gonna get on over.
I'm tired of seeing the Pistons play basketball.
I'm just the Pistons. I
as
don't
good
know.
As it's seeing the Sixers win, it is hard to watch the Pistons play basketball.
I tweeted this yesterday. I do need the Pistons to win a game soon. I can't let the Pistons have the all-time loss record over the process Sixers.
Well, don't say that, because they got to play the Sixers coming up here tomorrow night.
The Sixers can beat them tomorrow night. But
again,
after that, I'm going to need the Pistons to get serious and win a game
back to back,
because
I can't. I don't want to ever see the Pistons.
I want to see if you wanted to go to that game. Actually, I was going to get tickets.
What are those tickets?
You want
like
me to go to see the Pistons?
Hey man, they're probably like dirt cheap.
Friday night,
might get a free hot dog.
Friday night barn burner.
I'm sure there's a movie I could watch or something. No way. No.
All right. Let's get on over to the NFL and talk about everything week 15. Of course, Eagles, big one on Monday night.
Easton Stick, Aiden O'Connell. Step on up.
And we have our folks. I just want to say this right now.
Best quarterback that ever went to North Dakota
We
State.
got some hype for tonight's game out of nowhere. First of all, I right here in the air.
Did we really get hype?
I have no idea who the hell. I had no idea who the hell Easton Stick was.
Easton Stick that's such a great baseball name. He's in the wrong sport.
Yeah, I was gonna say doesn't.
$25 for Sixers Pistons tomorrow night. There you go.
Where,
$25
up top,
row 6, top level.
I'm sure as hell not sitting up top.
$25.
If I'm going to that game, I'm sneaking down somewhere. But
not me. I'm not going.
Yeah, I'll pass on that too as well. I'll go see some Christmas.
But
lights.
Easton Stick, beautiful baseball name.
Oh, Easton Stick is now everybody is all over. First of all, he had a hell of a career at North Dakota State. I think he won 3 championships, if I'm not mistaken, the number was. And he can run the football, make plays with his legs. Now, I apologize because I was unable to watch last week's barn burner of a basketball game where Justin Herbert ended up getting hurt.
Did you say basketball game?
Or football game, excuse me.
Might as well have been watching a basketball game.
And the Broncos ended up coming and smashing the Chargers to win that 24-7. It was my dog of the day. They ended up covering that game or winning outright. They were catching 3. But when Herbert went out, I didn't even tune into that game. So here we are. It was the Chiefs and Bills that had my attention on that one. What he did in that game last week, Jansen, I'll start with you on this one. Is there anything in your mind that's going to carry over to tonight? Because everybody is all enamored with his running numbers, including myself. I'm in.
Anytime- he had a great, I'm pretty sure he had a pretty good combine where he ran well, and his athleticism is one of the reasons why he's on an NFL roster.
So I think tonight is a game that we get a little bounce back from both teams as far as offense is concerned. I actually do like
it's two bad defenses, so you do have that.
But it's two rookie quarterbacks or two quarterbacks.
But there is a chance that these two offenses could have success. There's a chance. Not saying that they will.
Easton Stick's been in the league for a couple years now.
No, he's been in for a while.
Actually, and that was
he had a 4.62 40-yard dash.
That was another thing too, where it's like this guy's been backing him up for 5 years. Had no idea who the hell he was.
I thought he was a rookie, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, 5 years.
Really didn't.
In that system for 5 years now with the Chargers, and everyone now is all above or all about his running numbers in tonight's game. And I don't really see, as far as like tremendous value, especially now because that number has bounced up a lot here. Let's fire up DraftKings Sportsbook and take a look at it. It's 19.5, actually up, I believe, 2.5 yards now from 17.5 where it opened. Minus 110 here, the alternate number. But I will tell you this much, because the last time that these two teams did play, Justin Herbert did score 2 rushing touchdowns. So I see the vision. I see the light. I have the vision.
You have the vision?
I have the vision. I could see Easton Stick scoring an anytime touchdown tonight.
There it is.
You got to play that. Got to play that. The anytime touchdown, Easton Stick, which is at plus 475, and it was as high as 7-1 last night. It's being bet. It's driven down on DraftKings.
I went to go look back and see what was being said at the combine, and he did. He was the third most athletic, had the third best athletic score in the 2019 NFL draft for quarterbacks, which is pretty good. Kyler Murray was in that draft class, Daniel Jones, Dwayne Haskins, all those guys. But the first sentence of Easton Stick and his combine notes, he doesn't have the passing ability of former college teammate Carson Wentz. So if you want to just even take that one line, go ahead.
So
did Carson Wentz have any passing ability?
No.
He had his 11 games.
Yeah. Had his moments. I look at this tonight, and I do believe that we get a little bounce back from some offense here. I think we see some points, and I know this number is so low, and that's what's happening right now in the NFL. The odds makers were getting smashed from the unders, so now we're sitting here on a Thursday night football game, 34.5. Thursday nights have been different from Sunday night and Monday night as far as primetime unders are concerned. I just think we're going to see some offense tonight and some points. So give me the over on 34.5 here. I'm riding with that. And as I said, Easton Stick, anytime touchdown. I'm in. There's some Thursday night football hype. I'm buying what people are selling. You heard me. I had no idea who the hell this guy was. And now he's the starting quarterback for the Chargers. So we're all about it. You want to build this hype up? Stick me, baby. I'm ready to go.
Jeez.
These are teams in the last 2 weeks that have had one game like the Raiders and Minnesota did last weekend.
And then 6-0.
And then a couple weeks ago, we had a 6-0 game. So, but what usually happens after those games?
Well, if you ask Sean Bernard and Mark Henry Jr., I think Easton Stick is a step up from Justin Herbert.
No, come on.
I kid.
I know. You're kidding, but it's still a larger conversation. I know Herbert had a bad year, but can we be real about Herbert? The guy's really good. I don't think all of it was his fault this year. He didn't play his best, but I think we're going to see. I mean, it's a messy offense. Also, we have seen, though, and why I do think we could end up getting some good play here. Kellen Moore has had to work with a backup quarterback before and had success. The Dallas Cowboys had Cooper Rush go in last year, and Cooper Rush, they simplified the offense very easily for him, and they ended up having success. Now, they did that a lot with running the ball. So if Austin Eckler is healthy enough, run the damn ball, and they could end up having a good game. So I think you're right to maybe look at it. You know, these two offenses haven't been very good, but both of these defenses aren't great. They've had low-scoring games recently, and we could be coming up on a game where both of these offenses do find some success somehow. You know, there's no analytical way to approach that and say that they can. It's just that, you know, the law of regressions and the law of the averages would make me believe that at some point these offenses will score.
I feel like all these little nuggets that we've been throwing out is just leading me to his under on passing yards. It's just, we've talked about his rushing ability. We've talked about Austin Eckler.
Yeah.
Talked about lowering and simplifying the offense. Is it 189.5 right now? I believe the Raiders are in the top 10 in passing yards allowed per game. So they're just over like 200, I believe. So they don't allow a ton of passing yards. I don't think Easton Stick is going to be the one to break that trend. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But that's really what I'm being led to tonight. Is his under there 189.5. I do like the over though as well. I think anytime you get these these really low totals, almost like historically low totals, it's really hard for me to take the under. So I think that's what 5 touchdowns and you hit, right? And even if it's not that, then it adds up to something else. But I would probably play the over tonight as well. I'm not going to touch any side of a team here. I just don't. It's just too gross of a game to even bet one of these teams.
Thursday Night Football totals under 6 and 8 this year, as I said, different from Monday Night Football and Sunday Night Football, where they're 11-4 and 11-3. Also, last week, as I said, the NFL or the odds makers had to start making adjustments because everybody was cashing in. And I know these things work themselves out too. And I think a lot of sports gamblers would tell you that over the years, just because one trend's hit and it could stop like that. And all of a sudden reverse course. And the next thing you know, a couple weeks to the other side. But last week, week 14, games with a total of 43, 6-2, or 43 and lower, 6-2 to the over. So again, I'm not trying to make the case. This is a game completely on its own island with 2 quarterbacks, one that I had no idea who the hell he was. So here we are. But if you're making me make a play, I'm buying the hype. Easton Stick. Everybody talking about anytime touchdown, rushing yards. Let's go, Easton. I'm in. I'm buying the Thursday Night Football hype. Anytime touchdown is where I'm at, and definitely for the same game parlay. Go ahead and mix that in as well.
Yeah, that's fine, I guess. If you want to try something.
Hey man, do you guys know what this week is as far as NFL is concerned?
What's this week?
Week 15. You know how many weeks they play in the NFL? Boys, we only got a few more weeks of this. All right, you got to wager on these games.
Yeah, but this is the time of season where I don't want to see the Chargers and the Raiders. Dude,
you've been singing the same song since week 1.
Okay,
you complain about all the bad games.
Yeah, okay, I'm not complaining
that's
about
like
it.
That's like your theme.
We've gotten a lot of bad football this year.
You don't want to watch the Pistons.
This feels like a historically bad NFL season.
This was a very bad NFL season.
The amount of backup quarterbacks that are being run. I mean, almost half
the amount
of
injuries that we've had. And even when they were healthy, the amount of bad play we've seen offensively, numbers are down across the board. Nobody's figured anything out. This has been an awful season.
I think last year there's the same amount of injuries too as well. I think the last 2 years we've been getting smacked upside the head with these crazy injuries.
I think this was the peak of it though.
All right.
If I were to say without any numbers backing me up at the moment, I would say that this is the peak of all the injuries, all these quarterback injuries mostly that have been in play this season.
Yeah, we've hit a new threshold with Joe Flacco returning to the mix.
And the thing is, he's actually been good.
Joe Flacco's
are saving grace this year. He didn't save just Cleveland. He saved us. Joe Flacco saved football.
I'll take the Bears. Give me the Bears plus 140 this week.
No. Justin Fields is doing well, too. I'll give him credit.
Damn right he is.
At least somebody's playing quarterback around here. We're going to get Joe Flacco to come show everyone what elite quarterback looks like. All right? That's where we're at in the NFL season, where Joe Flacco is having 300-yard passing games and is making Cleveland, heck, I don't know. What are they right now? Top 3 or 4 team in the AFC?
Yeah.
Why not?
They're going to the playoffs.
They're going to the playoffs.
Which I have a ticket that I thought I was cashing without Deshaun Watson in the mix. And next thing you know, they're going to make the playoffs here.
Joe Flacco is the best Cleveland Browns quarterback I've seen in a very long time.
This is a historical wild card race right now for the AFC. Down to the 11 seed is the same record as the 6 seed. There's 7-6. The Steelers, Colts, Texans, Broncos, Bengals, Bills.
There's money to be made.
Where's the Bills? The Bills are what, the 11th team?
They stink.
The Bills don't stink. I can make a case as the second best team in the AFC right now. That's how bad the AFC is.
Yeah, but they still might not get into the playoffs.
I know. That's my point. This season's so weird. It's dumb. It's so silly. It is so dumb. The 2 quarterbacks that were named players of the week in the AFC and the NFC were Tommy DeVito and Zach Wilson. That's where we're at. This season's silly. It's weird. It's dumb. Okay.
Tommy Cutlets.
Tommy Cutlets.
There we go.
Yeah, that was ridiculous on Monday night. Let's talk
his agent. We can talk about his agent.
His agent has 4 daughters.
His agent's great.
He seems like
4 kids.
4 daughters.
How old is he? He didn't even look that old.
Right.
Like
I think he graduated in 94. Graduated high school in 94.
Wow. Oh, he's old. No offense.
Take it easy.
No offense.
Take it easy.
I was born in 94, so.
Yeah, it sounds about right. Anyways, yeah, he's an agent. He's doing his thing, and hopefully he's getting the most for his client right now, because dudes, look, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm worried against the Eagles.
Say it.
I'm entertained.
Okay.
He's playing decent. He's playing the position decent to the point that he's making plays with his feet.
There's not a single team that doesn't concern me right now that if you have to put them up against this
Let's
Eagles
rank
defense.
all these backup quarterbacks and find out where Tommy Cutlett ranks.
I'd take Zach Wilson over Tommy Cutlett.
I don't think I would.
Are you kidding? Did you see Wilson? Come on, man.
Stop it.
Come on. Did you see Wilson?
Yeah, sunshine's
playing with nothing to lose.
He
said it. He's playing with nothing to lose.
Yeah.
They're going to trade him anyway. They're going to trade him after the year.
What does say that saying again?
Sun shines on a dog's ass every once in a while. Yeah. There you go. Anyways, I would just say that, look.
I thought you were going to mess that up for a second. I was like, wait, what is he
what? Tommy Cutlett, I would put him above.
Sun shines on a cutlet every once
both of these guys tonight. Easton Stick. Absolutely. Give me Cutlett all day. Give me the hand signal. Anything.
Over Aiden O'Connell?
Over Aiden O'Connell, who everybody talked about in preseason. He was going to be this great quarterback.
Tommy Cullins is playing good.
Yeah, he is.
Like he's not playing.
Can make plays with his legs.
He's playing better than Daniel Jones was playing.
I agree.
I am more enamored by Brian Dable. Just he can coach, and I feel like he's done some really smart things with Tommy DeVito.
He can coach
and using his athleticism.
It just seems like he can coach when their season's already done. Couldn't coach in the beginning of the year.
Well, he can coach when their quarterback's not an absolute disaster. Daniel Jones was a disaster. That's what their biggest problem was. Daniel Jones, and it was more put under a microscope because Saquon Barkley wasn't there. So their offense lost its only identity and its only really good player, and it was all put on Daniel Jones. Hey, just be a little bit better. Just be good. Just be decent. And Jones couldn't do it. Jones was a disaster. And so Tyrod Taylor came in, again, around the same time that Saquon did. So there's more correlation with Saquon. But Tyrod Taylor played better. And then Tommy DeVito even comes in, and Tommy DeVito's playing somewhat well. It's not, I don't think he's playing, good or anything. He's playing within the offense well enough, and they're winning games.
Moving the chains.
Right, moving the chains.
And also,
that's a good way.
Apparently, last night his old man is a plumber, and of course he's a plumber. Of course he is. Mario.
That's the first thing I thought of.
And he's running.
Is that the thing we think of? Is that like every time you hear of a plumber, you just think of Mario?
Dude, what type of gig? You see some things if you're a plumber. I feel for you people out there that are plumbers, man. The things that you get called upon, like everything clogged up. You got to be dealing with that. What's the thing? The snake.
What is
the snake down
there? It's an important job.
It is.
Important job.
What is kind of the worst job, at least in terms of like the things you were doing?
Porta potty, cleaning porta potties.
That's one.
That's top. And then anyone that has to work around that nonsense, because there is a sewage treatment plant right down the road from me in Conchi.
Oh.
And when I go for a jog, very few times that I do a year, I literally I go the one way, and it's just the worst. And I'm like, why did I go this way? Because that smell is so repulsive. I feel like it would melt holes in my shirt if I stood there for longer than. It's like what's the power plant that melted?
Wait, what?
I have no idea.
What are we talking about now?
The power plant, man, across the seas that melted down. Come on!
I have no idea.
What the hell is the name of the? It was just had the show on HBO.
Power plant. I don't want to say because I always feel like I'm
Chernobyl.
Yeah, I wanted to say Chernobyl.
And the Ukraine. Come on.
I didn't want to feel dumb.
You pups.
I hate feeling dumb.
Yeah. I'd rather not.
I didn't want to say. I'd rather not say anything than say something really stupid. I was gonna say Chernobyl, and then I was afraid of the why Chernobyl.
I said
What are you talking about?
I wasn't up on Chernobyl's history when that show came out, and people got after me on that. How do you not know? I'm like, I don't know. But that was really good on HBO. Really good. All right, we're going to take a quick time out. We've been all over the place to open up this bad boy, but that's all right. NFL Week 15. Let's go down the list. Let's go down the card on DraftKings Sportsbook. On the other side, though, we'll bring it right back and get to the Eagles and talk about Monday Night Football, the latest with Geno Smith, the latest with Drew Lock. the worry level here. I don't know where Luke stands. John Jansen, a little bit concerned about this game coming up on Monday night. It's a must win for the Philadelphia Eagles. They have to win this football game. If they don't, what are we talking about on Tuesday? Think on that. We'll give you all the latest as far as the Seahawks are concerned. Hey, coming up, 4:35. We got a lot going on. 4 o'clock, top 4 of 4. We got a brand new sponsor. John Jansen, top 4 of 4 has returned, man. 4 biggest stories in sports gambling. Brought to you by Boost Infinite. So do yourself a favor. Don't want to miss that. That's at 4 o'clock, 4:35. Folks, how about this? We're back. The Philadelphia Wings return home on Saturday. It is their home opener. They've already played 2 games. They're 1-1 on the season. We got the head coach, Paul Day, joining us at 4:35.
Any relation to Ryan Day?
No, I don't believe so. I mean, maybe ask him. I don't know. I mean, we'll find out together. Okay. We're going to ask him that Blaze Reardon question about being a goalie indoors versus outdoors. Why is this dude winning awards for being the outdoor goalie? Luke, are you a lacrosse guy?
No, I've always been anti-lacrosse as a baseball player growing up, but I can be easily convinced into becoming a Philadelphia Wings fan.
Come on, man. What do you mean you got to be convinced?
Yeah, what's wrong?
Not convinced.
I'm on the microphone.
Here we go. We're in. Wings fan.
Thank you. We're giving away tickets,
Let's
Luke.
do it.
Oh, I was a fan as soon as I get in there, and they're basically playing my 2007 rock playlist as they're playing this game. This is amazing. Disturbed, Alter Bridge. This is amazing. I love this.
So I tuned in on Saturday just to get the lay of the land. They were playing up. Were they in Toronto? I forget where they were. I think they were in Toronto. So I'm watching it, and I'm just listening to the soundtrack, and it was nowhere near the energy that the Wells Fargo Center has for home games. Now, so I'm going to ask the coach. I'm going to say, Coach, you've been doing this for a long time. I think it's his 5th year with the Wings. I'm going to say, Coach, I need to know as far as home field advantages, and of course, like on the mic and like
make
the
this
music.
A selfish question.
You're damn right. Where do we stand?
You really are.
And am I the best in-arena announcer in the indoor lacrosse?
We, of course, know where this is going. Yeah.
One thing I do know is
how can you be that selfish?
You're
having a coach on to ask a question about you.
He definitely tells him to turn the music down.
He's like Steve Kerr. Well, hey, turn that.
It's our home field. It's our home, a home arena.
Nice.
And sometimes we get a little fired up, but
it's not techno music.
No techno. Just rock. They mix in some fun stuff from time to time.
Like some good rock music though.
Great,
it was awesome.
The catalog that they play. Who
comes up with the playlist?
The people that handle it.
I'd like to meet these people. It seems like they have similar interests in terms of musical taste.
All right. Well,
I'd have to meet them.
Maybe
let's interview them too. Get them.
Gotta get some Creed.
There's some rock and Creed songs. All right. Some rock and Creed songs.
Dude, all I know is the promotional calendar came out for the Wings. I'm fired up. There is a WWE night.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in.
Right around when Mania's coming to town. I believe it's the week before Mania comes to town.
I'm in.
Oh, I'm rocking my Ric
I'm
Flair.
A Wings fan now.
Yeah, you're a Wings fan.
I'm in.
Head coach.
I'm in.
Coach Day is going to join us at 4:35, 5 o'clock hour, 5:30, excuse me. You will hear Picks and Roll, Sean Bernard, myself breaking down all of the 7 games going off in the association. We've been picking winners, picking good props, and coming out on the right side. So hopefully we continue that success tonight. And I'm feeling pretty good about 2 of my plays. So we'll break that down a little bit later. Folks, don't go anywhere, though, because we are going to get on over to the Eagles on the other side. Plus, Luke's here. And we're going to mix in some Phillies and some hot stove conversation. A lot going on with the LA Dodgers. Jansen doesn't have a problem with the way they're operating out there. I do. We'll find out where Luke stands. Don't go anywhere, though. More after this. Back.
Fox Sports Radio, The Gambler. Now, total traffic for Philadelphia.
Through King of Prussia, 202 northbound remains closed. Henderson Road to Solon Boulevard. That because of a sinkhole. The southbound lanes are open and getting by. Schuylkill eastbound stop and go 476 to Belmont to Montgomery to University. Westbound Schuylkill jamming from City Avenue out to Gladwin. Brendan Joseph, Total Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. With a Chalupa Supreme, beefy 5-layer burrito, crunchy taco, cinnamon twist, and medium drink, Taco Bell's $5 Cravings Box is packed as ever. And $5 as ever. Get one at Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact store for price and participation which vary. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
Don't go through another year with that awful joint pain. Call QC Kinetics right now and make 2024 the year you are back to living normal life again. QC Kinetics can give you your life back. They're the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. These are all natural treatments that can repair and restore that damaged tissue, giving you pain-free movement again. QC Kinetics has tens of thousands of satisfied patients around the country. People who had knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain, who are able to get lasting relief with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. If you have pain from an old injury or pain associated with arthritis, you need to check this out. The future of medicine is here. Regenerative treatments from QC Kinetics. Make the call now so you can get the most out of 2024. Get back to doing what you love. And don't forget, you can use your HSA and FSA funds. Call QC Kinetics for a free consultation. Call 215-999-3000. 215-999-3000. That's 215-999-3000.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
Thousands of stores across the country are pulling brand name cold and allergy products off the shelves. Why? Because an FDA advisory panel recently determined that a drug they contain, oral phenylephrine, is ineffective as a nasal decongestant. Navage offers a drug-free solution that's fast and highly effective at relieving nasal congestion caused by colds and allergies. Navage uses suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril to help suck out allergens, mucus, and germs. Nasal irrigation works, and Navage makes it quick and easy, but more than anything, it helps you breathe better. Don't waste your time or money on products that are ineffective. Trust drug-free Navage for fast relief to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
The Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand. The best a man can get, down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search iHeart Holiday and start listening now. You'll see your local holiday radio station, plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
This holiday season, find all kinds of deals at Target. Discover sweet deals on toys and small appliances, big deals on clothing and beauty, plus so much more. At Target, get what you need for the holidays. Find new deals each week for everyone on your list and get it all fast with free drive up. Score low prices and great deals all season long. Now at Target. Exclusions apply.
Love like this before.
Hey, man, you all right? Need me to call 911? No, call Top Dog Law. Get top dollar for your accident at topdoglaw.com. Once again, that's topdoglaw.com.
Hey, 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 hey. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Fa ra 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 ra. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa ra 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 ra.
This is my kind of Christmas music.
Now our gay apparel.
Fa ra 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 ra.
Told the ancient Yuletide carol. Fa la 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 la.
Well, Nat King Cole bringing this back from break.
Nat King Cole, just to me, is the king of Christmas music. That's the one.
Pun intended?
Pun intended. No, not really, but yes. He's just fantastic at it. Andy Williams is a good one.
Andy Williams?
Andy Williams is very good. No.
Bert.
Get Bublé out of here.
A Bublé.
Great Christmas. No, Bublé wishes.
Stop.
Bublé wishes.
Bublé,
one of the best Christmas albums.
Bublé's incredible, dude. Put
Bublé's
another log on the Bublé fire. You kidding me?
Michael Bublé is incredible.
Bublé is unbelievable.
He's fine.
He was
Give
born
me
to
Andy
sing
Williams.
Christmas music.
No.
Yeah, that's fine, but these guys are
Andy
dead.
Williams, Nat King Cole.
You're not going to see them. Like Bublé at least is doing it right now. Like everyone that you're referencing.
What
is
was the
6
other one? There was
feet deep.
somebody. Gosh, well, I'm forgetting his name. He was in Hamilton. He was oh my gosh, Odom. Why am I forgetting his name? But he also has he has some good Christmas tunes. Yeah.
Not Lamar Odom.
Not Lamar.
Leslie Odom Jr.
Leslie Odom
Jr.
Jr. Yeah, why did I forget Leslie
yeah,
Odom
yeah.
Jr.? Yeah,
You know-
he has a Christmas album. I think a few, and very good.
Me and my daughter and I were just sitting back, and over the weekend we were listening to the Charlie Brown Christmas record,
Oh,
a trio. So
Charlie
good.
Brown
So
Christmas,
good.
undefeated.
Yeah, strong, very good. You know, we so on Apple TV, they got them all. So like the Charlie Brown Christmas and this, get a dog Christmas. I don't know. So I throw the one on there. It was weird. It was definitely weird.
What's your favorite Christmas movie of all time?
It's hard to say it's hard not to say Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
Because it's perfect.
Yeah. It's good.
That one is a perfect Christmas Day movie. Like it's really fun to have on.
Yes.
But Rudolph is probably number one. I like,
Yeah, I like all that stop motion stuff.
Yes.
I love that. And so The Year Without a Santa Claus is the best.
Yes.
He miser,
Yes.
snow miser.
He miser,
Yes.
yeah.
That's
The
Christmas
most-
to me.
May not be everyone's favorite, but the most underrated.
Dude, those
Christmas
things were
movie of
like
all
made
time.
in the 60s. Like
Oh yeah.
way back in the day.
Home Alone will forever be my favorite. The
You know,
original Home Alone.
I gotta
Original
watch that
Home
again.
Alone
I
1.
haven't watched Home Alone.
Dude,
in
you will
years.
laugh like no other when these two dudes are just getting there.
I already know Jansen's take, so don't even answer.
What's my
Jansen.
take?
Elf. Luke, you like Elf?
I've always thought Elf was overrated.
Oh man, Elf is great.
Elf is
I
good.
think it's a
I
good
like-
movie.
What
I
did you
just
think my opinion of Elf
Yeah, you
was?
you don't come off as a Will Ferrell guy.
Yeah, what do you mean? I was a teenager when Will Ferrell came on. Like, what do you mean? I love Will Ferrell.
He looks
Are you kidding me?
old.
Oh, now he does.
look
Yeah,
old.
He looks
really old.
And also, quick little pivot here.
Worst part of Barbie too, by the way.
Yeah,
I didn't like how they used him at all. The worst part of Barbie.
I see Barbie's
I
gonna
still
clean
haven't
up.
seen Barbie.
Barbie
Barbie
good.
just got 18 nominations to
Yeah.
Critic Choice.
It's
Awards.
it's over the top. There's just no reason for it to be winning awards like that. It wasn't that good. They're doing
Oh,
it.
what do you? It's going to win a lot of.
I know it's going
It scored
to.
3 extra nominations because of music. Which, by the way, as good as "I'm Just Ken" was, Billie Eilish's song for that movie is unbelievable. How they use that at the
Jansen's
end.
in his bag.
I am
He's in his bag
still-
right now.
I
Movie
am
mode
still
switch just flipped.
Movie
'Cause
miser.
I work at like I did Q102 even a couple days ago. I worked the morning shift. I was yesterday actually. Jeez,
Oh, nice.
yesterday, and
You made
it
it.
played.
Nice.
It played that song. What was I made for? And man, it still just emotionally wrecks me. It's so good.
I don't remember.
Her and I watched a video of her and Phineas making that song, and it's crazy how just in 30 minutes they can come up with basically the skeletons of a song and just add these small layers to it. to make it amazing.
Look, Luke. It was. I think.
How did I get to this?
As
I'll have to
I
go see it
said to
eventually.
everybody, it's funny. You definitely got to see it. Ryan Gosling's the best.
But how did?
Nah.
Okay, it's funny, but then the end, they just hit you with this emotional punch that's so good. Oh God! Speaking of hit with something,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, I'm dying,
You
bro.
all right?
I'm okay. I'm actually not dying.
Okay. I love when that's always answered honestly. I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. Nothing great is really going on right now. I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I just need to get rid of this so I can be ready to go on Saturday, 100%, 1 o'clock, Wings home opener. And we'll have the head coach day coming up here at 4:35. All right.
What other movie takes do you want?
Uh,
We're getting into the award season, so ask you to just fire away. Whatever you need.
I saw you're all upset about Air being on the best picture list.
Yeah, it was for the best because Golden Globes, it's 2 different ones. It's like best motion picture and then musical or comedy. So it's 2 different ones, and it got the musical or comedy, and it left out something that I think it left out the Color Purple, which is going to come out very soon, which I'm excited to watch. And Air's not that good.
I thought it was good.
No, it's fine. It is perfectly fine of a movie, but it has no right to be anywhere near award season. Nowhere near it. But to Darren Rovell, this is the greatest movie that's ever been made.
Well, he's
so.
a nerd.
Yeah.
Nobody likes
Giant nerd.
Darren. Yeah, no one likes him.
I still have not watched Uncut Gems because Darren Rovell was so adamant on it being an amazing movie. That I will.
It was good.
I don't ever want to watch it.
Dude,
I won't ever care to know if it's good or not.
Block Darren Rovell and you'll never think about it.
I know. I should.
Like that's what I did many years ago.
But for some reason, his opinions just grind my gears in ways.
All right, one more movie take.
Okay, nice,
because this one
Barbie deserves a lot of awards though.
So Netflix has this movie Leave the World Behind. Have you watched it, John Jansen?
I've not.
Luke,
I
did
was
you watch
behind
it?
on
No.
Netflix movies, so I watched another. I've watched 2 recent Netflix movies, May
You watched
December
Killer.
and The Killer last night.
Killer's good.
Fantastic movie.
Now, the Leave the World Behind is catching. First of all, it's got really good actors and actresses.
Yes, it does.
Don't get me wrong. And it's got this Obama backing, right? He's got his new production company or whatever it is. So he produced this movie. Don't really care about any of that. Well, I care about the actors. That movie is what was one of the biggest waste of time that I had in 2023. It was 2 hours and 20 minutes that I want back in my life. So, like, if that doesn't tell you what that movie
It is
was,
a good catch. Julia Roberts and Ethan Hawke.
and who's the black dude? Who's the black dude?
I'm forgetting his
He's
name.
incredible.
He's around. He's in.
He's incredible. He was, like I said, you got Ethan Hawke, you got Julia Roberts, and that dude. They're incredible. You could see how good they are, and you're like, man, like if they didn't have these people,
Yeah,
in
Mahershala Ali.
There you go. If they didn't have these people in it, I might have shut it off. It never gave you anything. It just did not. And it was just chasing the tail. And then it didn't. I'm not trying to give it away. Good, knock yourself out, because there were a lot of people that are saying completely different than what I am right now. That they liked it, very intriguing, very cool, different. Not me. And I'm normally a guy that's open-minded with this nonsense. I was like, at the end of that movie, I'm like, are you kidding me? Did that really just happen?
So don't watch it.
So Rotten Tomatoes right now just to 75%, which is all right. That's fine. Like a C movie.
Yeah.
The audience score though is 35%.
Correct. There you go. and I would probably go lower than that. Yeah. All right, let's get on over to the NFL Week 15 card. Once again, Thursday Night Football. Do you guys have your best bet?
We're leaving the movie realm already. We're just getting started. I was just getting warmed up.
A best bet for tonight.
I'm gonna go Easton Stick under passing yards.
I'm going Easton Stick anytime touchdown.
I'm gonna take Easton Stick first touchdown.
That's like 17-1.
17-1. Yeah,
all right,
that's fun.
That's a QB special. Nobody has any issues with that. But are we all sticked up? We a little too fired up for Easton Stick here?
No, it's not fired up, but I mean, if we know anything about him, it's that he is an athlete. He is going to run the ball. And so that is something I think that you can use, knowing that's part of his game. Other than that, though,
if the Chargers are going to win the game, he's not going to be throwing the ball.
No, and in the limited time, like, he's been on the field before at times, and in the limited amount we've seen, he's not an exceptional passer by any means.
No,
he's not very good.
They could take shots though. He wasn't that bad in that game. His numbers are all right.
They just need to hope that Austin Eckler is like okay. I feel like Eckler's just been a complete non-factor for them this year. I feel like
that team's just been a disaster.
Everything has been in it. Yeah,
everything's been a disaster.
No Keenan Allen tonight.
Yeah, it's just he's been almost more in the receiving game for them this year than he has been in the rushing game. He hasn't went over 70 rushing yards since week 1. It's just been very much passing for Eckler, and if not passing, then nothing. So if they want to win this game tonight, he needs to get the ball moving on the ground, and not just in the passing game. Maybe that's something they'll look to do with Easton Stick. A lot of check downs to Eckler, but I don't see the Chargers offense really moving great tonight unless Easton Stick is using his legs. If he's doing that, then I think the Chargers have a chance. But if I did have to choose a side team-wise, I think I will go Raiders. Just money line.
Raiders
at home. And like you said earlier, the over, I think 34.5 is way too low to take the under for me. I'll never bet an under that low.
Well, I don't know if that maybe might not be the correct way of looking at that this year. Like, it is just, I mean, it's just wild right now with all these unders. But again, it's Thursday Night Football. I expect to see some points. We've seen that in the last couple of games, and how bad they were the last time that these two teams took the field. So hopefully we'll see some improvement there, and hopefully we'll see some quarterbacks moving the football down the field. Again, really just easy, not too crazy, just getting involved with the hype, having some fun with Easton Stick here. All right, over to the Eagles. Monday Night Football. John Jansen, what's the latest with Geno Smith? Is he playing? He's dealing with a groin. When are we going to find out who the hell the starting quarterback is for the Seattle Seahawks this week?
Where it's probably going to be a game time decision because the injury was 2 weeks and this is going to be the second week. So it's a game time decision. We won't know probably until it's not going to be like it was last week where I think you find out during warmups. You're probably going to find out, look, if he practices a little bit, I haven't seen the practice reports at all, but if he practices a little bit, that means he's probably trending in the right direction, and we'll probably know sometime Sunday, even before warmups, if he's going to have a chance to play, but it's likely going to be a game time decision.
So one thing that I was talking to Julian Edlow about last week or yesterday was the spots that the Eagles have found themselves in. And Julian was very adamant about it. He's like, man, I'm not trying to overthink it. That's why I took the 49ers, and that's why I took the Cowboys. The Eagles were in tough spots. Will we qualify this Monday Night Football game as another tough spot? Because the Seahawks, last time we saw them play, of course, was when we were live. Wasn't the last time that they played was against the Cowboys, correct?
Yeah, we were.
Yeah. So that was the game that we were live. Or no, they just played the Niners.
Yeah, they played the Niners.
They played the Niners. So they played Cowboys, the Niners. So they're both on equal rest. So it's not a difficult spot. Let's just put it that way for the Eagles. It's pretty much even.
No, the only reason you would call it a difficult spot is because they just haven't won in Seattle in how long?
Yeah,
that's it. But that has nothing to do with this season and the schedule and leading up to this game. It's just that. Other than that, no, it's not a difficult spot. It's just what's your perception of the Eagles now? Are they still a top team in the NFC? And are we counting them as one of the better teams, even with the recent run of play? And if they're not, how close they are to a team like the Seahawks, who is like a middling NFC team at this point, and probably getting even worse than that. It all just depends on how poor you think the Eagles. Right, it's all on the Eagles and how you think about them at this point.
This game is completely on the Eagles. The Seahawks aren't going to go out and straight up beat the Eagles. It's either the Eagles are going to roll or the Eagles are going to beat themselves, like they've sort of been doing.
I think that's the right way of looking at it.
Especially on the defensive side of the ball. It's been really ugly. Really all season. They haven't had a great defense all season. And really these last 2-3 weeks have been just points and just blown. I mean, there was one point where 8 out of their last 10 drives were all touchdowns. It's been a brutal stretch here for the Eagles defense. And I can't tell really what it is. It feels like a group of everything. One, I feel like we're not getting enough pressure up front. It feels like the pressure that we saw last year has been kind of down compared to this year.
100%.
Even with added names and some guys healthy again, it feels like the D-line is nowhere compared to what it was last year. We obviously know about the issues with linebackers right now. Leonard's going to be a good addition. Did he help much against the Cowboys? I guess. I don't think he's
not really.
He's not an X factor like we were campaigning him to sign. That's the thing. We got all rightfully so. Anybody is better than what we've been throwing out there.
Correct. Yeah.
But I feel like we got so excited for a guy that we thought was going to come in and be like some all pro. Like that's not what he is anymore. He's good and he'll be a better option than what he was for you. And at least what we had. But he's not some 5-time all-pro linebacker coming in at the peak of his career here. He's a middle of the pack linebacker that's going to help your core that is just falling apart. And then you go to the secondary with Reed Blankenship hurt last week. Darius Slay, James Bradbury. While Slay's having a good year, it's just so much like. It's just so much unneeded just drama right now. It feels like, and
he's
Bradbury,
getting his baby.
Bradbury got cooked last week.
So Bradbury's been getting cooked all season.
And it's the fact of the matter that now these guys just have to step up. There's nothing else you can do. Granted, we can talk about the defensive coordinator, who I don't think has been great at all. I think he deserves more of the blame than the offensive coordinator does right now.
I agree.
But I think right now, if you look at two guys like Darius Slay and James Bradbury, who one of them was an all-pro last year, just getting slaughtered every single week out there on the field. These two guys on the outside, so you just have to step up. There needs to be a play. Darius Slay can go retweet his stats all he wants, right? If he's not going to make a big play, like big play Slay, whatever, that stupid nickname. It's not going to matter, right? Like these guys, if you're a cornerback in the NFL, you have to be an impact player. Like you can't, especially with how your linebackers have been playing and no pressure on the D line. You have to go get an interception this week. Like go out Seattle Monday night, open the game with an interception. Open the game with a big hit. Like just do something. Don't just play like you have to play great.
They had the fumble return against Dallas, but putting that to the side, I think their last interception.
That's D-line.
I think their last
that's not even corners. That's D-line. Like
I think they had a pick against Josh Allen late. Like
everyone has a pick.
No, yeah, but no, I'm not even giving it credit because I think it was.
No, it was a good play. It was Bradbury.
Was it?
Yeah, it was really good. The only good play he's made. He jumped the route really well.
Okay, I take that back then. But I remember in the Kansas City game, picking off Mahomes in the end zone. That was really good against Kelsey. Well, Kelsey
that was
fumbled.
Byard. Yeah. Byard picked off. I forget who Mahomes was throwing to, but yeah, that was like a post route in the middle of the field, and Mahomes just had no business.
None of that is happening this year.
You have an all-pro on your team. You have a guy who's been a multi-time Pro Bowler. You have a safety who's probably going to go to the Pro Bowl. You have Kevin Byard, and you are 28th in the league in passing yards allowed. 259 passing yards a game. It's not going to cut it. And no matter who any team throws out there right now, if they have two good receivers, it's going to be a challenge for the Eagles. I think the corners are going to have their work cut out for them with the receivers on Seattle's side of the field. Those receivers over there are no joke. We saw Thursday night at the watch party with DK. He went off that night. He's been on a tear recently. Granted, he just does some crazy stuff, and he got tossed out of the Niners game. But he's still a great player when he's on the field. So I think the offense is going to figure it out. I think they have too many weapons, and they have too many good players to just consistently play bad as an offense. I think, listen, right, if you lose 3 fumbles by your 3 best players against your division rival, you're never going to win that game. Like, it's that was a lot out of them, right? A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, and Devontae Smith all losing a fumble on a big game in Dallas, right? It's like those players are too good to just roll over. So I think the offense is going to be fine out in Seattle. My worry is the defense.
John Jansen?
The worry is the defense, but they might go up against Drew Lock, and Seattle's offense has been nearly as good. So I don't know. As much as I'm concerned about the defense, they still should have a fine game. It's more Seattle is just self-inflicted wounds. Just they haven't figured out anything on offense, even though I think Geno's not been okay. I don't really think he's been bad or anything. They can't score in the red zone. They have a big problem. They don't have any really red zone threat. DK Metcalf isn't a red zone guy, so they struggle a lot in the red zone. I think it's for the Eagles defense is just make the damn tackles. That's all it is. Stop giving up extra yards. Stop giving up on what could be a 1 or 2 yard pass play on a check down that ends up being 4 or 5 yards. That can't happen. So just limit as much damage as you can. Make the tackles when they're there to be made. And I think Seattle's really going to get themselves up the field.
And they're going to have to make the tackle because
I'm not worried about the defense. I am worried about the Eagles offense in what I'm seeing. Just they can move the ball, but there's just some barrier that they're giving themselves to where they're turning the ball over way too much, and turnovers in a game like this give Seattle. You turn the ball over on the road, that's how you lose against the Jets. Yep. You know, that's what scares me here is that they are playing a certain brand of football that can still win you games because you're so good, can still win you games against the Chiefs and the Bills. But also when you go on the road and you play that style against a team like the Jets, you could lose that game based off of what you're doing.
It just happened in Dallas.
And
the ball over 3 times.
Right. And Dallas is really good. So Dallas, I didn't want to say that example because Dallas is so good that Dallas could still win that game even if you play well. But it's just that brand of football can lose you even the worst game possible. Yeah. And losing against Zach Wilson at that point, who was playing terrible football, That can't happen. So that's what worries me, is that they go into Seattle, and I think defense can be fine. Again, Seattle takes themselves out of games and takes themselves off the field. But if the turnovers happen again, where they're fumbling 2 or 3 times in the red zone, Jalen Hurts is fumbling the ball, throwing picks, then you might actually end up losing this game against Seattle, in a game that you should likely win. That's what worries me, is that the mistakes are piling up in ways that can lose you even the easiest of games. And in the last 4 games where we have easy wins, don't lose them. Don't lose those. Don't take yourselves out of position to get the number 1 seed or the top spot in the division.
All right. Well, break it all down, and hopefully the Bears can find a way to win a game on Monday night. We'll come back to that, see if we can find some props that we like. Again, there's a lot to be decided until we figure out who the hell the quarterback is from the Seattle side. I have a little bit more confidence in that offense as far as Geno Smith is concerned versus Drew Lock. Not too much of a difference, but I think Drew Lock is a little bit more prone to interceptions.
Geno Smith's a lot better than Drew Lock. I mean, I can say that confidently.
Drew Lock didn't look that bad. He had a couple picks. I don't know. You know me. I'm not a Geno guy.
Geno Smith's a lot better.
I don't think he's a lot better. I don't think he's a lot better.
Geno Smith's
I don't think he's a lot better.
Geno Smith's a lot better.
I don't think he's a lot better.
Yeah, he is. Geno Smith did return to practice today. That actually just came out like 30 minutes ago. Well, so he is practicing today.
Geno.
He's got the big he's got the big groin. He's got the bad groin. There you go. With that, we'll take our pause. We'll take another time out here. Hey, coming up, 4:35, head coach for the Philadelphia Wings, Coach Day. We're also giving away tickets. All you got to do is follow us on socials at FoxPHL Gambler, at FoxPHL Gambler. We're giving away Party Zone tickets to the home opener that's going down at the Wells Fargo Center for the Philadelphia Wings, 1 p.m. Come on down. It's going to be a great time. It's the place to be. 1 o'clock on a Saturday. What else you got going on? Right? No college football. Well, yeah.
There is college.
Yeah, there's
probably the best bowl day.
Take it easy.
It's probably the best bowl day. Outside of the playoff games,
it's not.
It is probably the best bowl day.
Well, there's
yes,
5 games. Yes. So there's
5 games, and we have some really good group of 5 teams playing. Absolutely.
And there's NFL action.
But go ahead. No. Go watch Penn State and Ole Miss where none of these players are going to be playing. Go ahead. Watch that game and tell me it's really good.
I don't want you to watch any of it. I want you to come on down to cheer on the Wings. All right. We're going to have the head coach join us at 4:35.
If I'm out of the theater.
Hey, top 4 of 4 is on the other side. 4 biggest stories of sports gambling. More from the college football side, too, in that as well. Don't go anywhere. Luke Arcaini in studio. John Jansen. I'm Sean Brace. Back into this.
If you can wager on it, we're talking about it.
Are you
it's
looking
the
to switch
Gambler.
your phone service? Well, what if there was a carrier that wasn't just another phone company? One that's brand new, built with technology for the next 50 years, not the last 50. Well, now there is. It's Boost Infinite Wireless, the only carrier that switches between its own network and the other top 2 networks to find the best quality calls and data for you anywhere, anytime. So why limit yourself to one network when you can get 3 and you get a low price unlimited wireless plan that gives you a new iPhone every single year? It's the power of new technology that gives you better service at lower prices. Boost Infinite Wireless. Switch today. Visit boostinfinite.com. BOOST. That's boostinfinite.com or call 855-55-BOOST. Boost Infinite Wireless. Switch today. See boostinfinite.com for terms and conditions.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. The IRS just rolled out a new program to help struggling taxpayers more easily resolve their tax problems. It's called the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, and it opens up powerful new options for people looking to get back on the right track with the IRS. And no one knows this program like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Stay tuned to Fox PHL The Gambler for the latest CEOs you should know.
Corinne O'Connell. I'm the CEO of Habitat for Humanity Philadelphia.
Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
iPhone 15 Pro on Verizon.
It's your last chance to trade in any iPhone in any condition for the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium and iPad and Apple Watch SE all on us with Unlimited Ultimate. Act now. Visit Verizon.com. iPhone requires Unlimited Ultimate plan first. Service plan required for iPad and Apple Watch. $999.99 device payment or full retail purchase with new smartphone line required first. Less $1,000 trade-in/promo credit. Up to $459.99 device payment purchase with new line on eligible plan required per Apple Watch or iPad. Less up to $459.99 promo credit per device applied. 0% APR. Additional terms and conditions apply.
With a Chalupa Supreme beefy 5-layer burrito, crunchy taco, cinnamon twist, and medium drink, Taco Bell's $5 cravings box is packed as ever and $5 as ever. Get one at Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact store for price and participation which vary. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
This is three-time Pro Bowler LeVar Arrington. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Macy's Backstage.
We have reached week 15 of the NFL season, and it'll be the Chargers and the Raiders kicking it all off tonight out in Las Vegas. A playoff berth is within reach again for the Eagles this week. All they need to do is beat the Seahawks on Monday night to clinch their spot. And to hockey, where the Flyers will host Washington tonight in a big Metro Division battle. Phillies holding on to third place. They're just 2 points ahead of the Capitals. I'm Scott Davidson.
What will you find at Macy's Backstage? How about the perfect holiday gifts? Just $25 and under, like matching family PJs, fragrance sets, toys, and more. Find the latest trends, new arrivals, and great prices at a Macy's Backstage store near you.
It's the Daily Ticket with Sean Brace, 3 to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday.
The question, though, to you, Julian Edlow, in your mind, are the Philadelphia Eagles in trouble this year?
I don't think they're in trouble. I don't think of them all that much differently than I did 2 weeks ago. I bet on San Francisco and I bet on Dallas.
Nice.
The San Francisco spot seemed perfect for the Niners, really. Like they're coming off the extra Thursday night rest. They've been thinking about that NFC Championship all year. If they were healthy, what would have happened? And like you said, they're clearly the best team in football. They came into Philly and gave them a pounding. And then that created a bad spot for Philly. I'm not convinced that Dallas is better than Philly or Philly's better than Dallas. I think they're on a neutral, pretty even. But the spot, again, Dallas was coming off Thursday Night Football. They had the long rest. They were at home for both of those games. Whereas Philly was coming off the emotional and physical pounding of the San Francisco game. Then you got to go out for the prime time, and it was a close game that came down to the wire in Philly. Like the spots to go against, spots for the other teams have been perfect, and the spots for Philly have been poor.
If you can wager on it, we're talking about it right here on The Gambler.
My station, baby.
Fox Sports Radio, The Gambler. Now, total traffic for Philadelphia.
Jam, but getting better on the Schuylkill westbound from the Boulevard to Belmont. An earlier disabled vehicle now out of the way. Eastbound Schuylkill jams from the Boulevard to University. Through King of Prussia, 202 northbound is closed. Henderson Road to Solon Boulevard, that because of a sinkhole. Brendan Joseph, total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Boost Infinite.
Boost Infinite's new wireless technology gives you 3 networks for the price of 1 and better service at a lower price. Switch today. Visit boostinfinite.com. That's boostinfinite.com.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
Some intimate parts need the gentle, easy trim of a Gillette trimmer. And some need the closeness and comfort of a Gillette Intimate razor. While others need a Gillette anti-chafe stick. Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get, down there. Buy now.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Anjali.
Hi, it's Jennifer Coolidge. I just got an alert for a strange charge on my card.
No problem. We make sure you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases on your Discover card. Let's see. Did you purchase something from a t-shirt cannon store yesterday?
Absolutely not. No, I already have like 3.
$0 fraud liability guarantee. It pays to Discover. Learn more at discover.com/creditcard. Limitations apply.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, I can help whoever's next.
Cooper's overnight shipping company has to deliver the goods.
Ship these gifts to your grandkids.
They need a logistics manager to keep the wheels turning.
126 packages going to Toronto, Tuscaloosa, Montreal, and Minneapolis. Oh boy.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Your home for Villanova basketball is WDAS and WD273D, Fox Sports Radio Philadelphia.
Been banging Christmas music at the Brace household for the last week and a half. Strong. The best Christmas song out there ever.
This one?
Yeah.
This is a good song.
Well,
it's a really good one.
It is a really good song.
That's strong.
The song in general, just like the song, not singer song. The song itself is a great song. Like
there is still nothing more Christmas than the Christmas song by Nat King Cole. That is to me, that's Christmas right there.
All right. There's a lot of good ones out there.
That's just a warm,
we
cozy
celebrate it
blanket
every
of a
year.
song.
Every
It's
year.
amazing.
Happy holidays, everybody.
I know we have the same conversations about these songs every year.
We got some inside information here, or well, excuse me. Inside baseball, let's just say that. Mark Henry Jr. checking him. He said, rumor has it that Luke Arcaini is terrified of catching a beatdown this weekend. What are we talking, fantasy?
Well, that's why Luke seemed shook. I mean, I thought so when I came in the studio.
The Gambler Fantasy League.
Seemed like something was weighing on him, and I guess this is it.
Let me make this about me for a second, if I could.
Wait, who's not playing?
Oh, you're making this about you again? Yeah. Oh, okay.
The worst
you never do that.
fantasy year I've ever had in my life.
And your team still wasn't as bad as John's team.
Well, he didn't even play. He was ridiculous. So I'm in 3 leagues that I care about. All love and respect to the Gambler League. There's no money involved. So there's 3 leagues, including one league that Jansen and I are in. We got to get $250 from you. We didn't make the playoffs in that one. I didn't make the playoffs in any of my 3 leagues. And I will be upfront with you. Normally I'll be like, okay, there was a reach, or in my draft, I did this wrong when I should have. It was all injuries. Every
keep up,
one of my teams were decimated by injury.
Yeah.
From a running back perspective, the quarterback going down, wide receiver, like this was unbelievable this year. And I was aggressive in getting guys like Keaton Mitchell on the waiver wire, getting guys like Tank Dell on the waiver wire.
2 really good pickups.
Unbelievable pickups.
Tank.
And still missing the playoffs.
This is actually one of my best, probably my best fantasy year. My 3 main leagues, my big league, that league I'm in, that league I have 11 wins in that league. The Gambler League, 9-5. The team doesn't necessarily look like a 9-5 team, but Waddle just finds ways to win. That's what we do over here. We find ways to win. And the other league I have 8 wins. So it's been a good fantasy year. So thank you, Mark. No Michael Bublé.
Whoa. Yeah, do not disrespect the Bublé. Throw another log on the Bublé fire. All right?
He's fine.
I love Michael Bublé, man. And yeah, like some people, I always say this, certain people were put on this earth to hit a golf ball. Some people like Bryce Harper hit a baseball.
What was I put on this earth to do?
Review movies and play video games.
I don't even do that. I did that a lot. Yesterday.
Bublé was put on this earth to sing Christmas ballads.
1,000%.
And
be really good at it.
And be unbelievable.
Like really, really good at it.
Unbelievable. Bublé is so good, man. Do you know what he does to the women out there?
Does he?
It's beginning to look a lot.
It's a great song.
Like Christmas. Not just women. It doesn't matter who you are. You got to be you got to be about Buble. All right. With that, smooth transition.
Didn't know you were such a big
Sean Bernard,
Buble,
the
devotee.
Justin Herbert hater, hopped on the Chargers tonight. Once Herbert was ruled out for the year, will there be a controversy by the end of the year?
No.
Mm-mm. There's a good chance Easton Stick looks terrible.
I do believe that there could be some anarchy with the Giants, though. Tommy Cutlets.
Yeah, because that's Daniel Jones isn't good.
I agree. But they're
so
paying him.
Any backup's going to look good enough that you go, what the heck's going on here?
$38 million signing bonus. Daniel Jones made $38 million for putting his name on the contract.
Wow.
Think about who the hell is his agent? That's what
he got that contract and a $38 million signing bonus because he handed it off to Saquon Barkley.
Incredible.
That's amazing.
All right, top 4
He gets credit for the things that Barkley did.
Mm-hmm.
For the things that Barkley changed for that offense. Daniel Jones got the money that Saquon Barkley didn't, and the credit for
$38 million signing bonus. Incredible.
Fantastic.
I borrow $50. Time is hard. Top 404 time, kids. Let's go. 4 biggest stories in sports gambling, according to me. And they are all brought to you by Boost Infinite. Folks, switch today. Infinite access for iPhone, unlimited talk, text, and data starting at $60. New iPhone 15 Pro on them. No money down, no trade-in required. Powerful coverage from 3 major networks, and you could save up to 40% on your monthly wireless bill versus competitors. Once again, sponsored by Boost Infinite. Switch today. Check them out online at boostinfinite.com. All right, number 4 on this list here, and of course, Thursday Night Football. Let's get back to it. It's the big one. Everyone's going to be talking about it. The NFL controls all ratings still through the roof, and it's the Raiders and the Chargers. DraftKings Sportsbook holding steady at 3 here. 34.5 is your total in that one. We went over our best bets. We'll revisit that.
Haven't done that yet.
I had a good one earlier too. I said taking a leak when I said take a look. 34.5. I think we're all feeling that we're going to see some points here. But the story is Mr. Stick. Easton Stick is his name. And a little background on him. He's in his 5th season with the Chargers. Just had 1 career pass attempt prior to replacing Justin Herbert last week in the 24-7 loss to the Broncos. He's 28 years old. He went 13 of 24 for 179 in that last game. The Chargers have lost 4 of their last 5. More on Stick. He went 49-3 at North Dakota State from 2015 to 2018. We lost 3 games. How about that, sports fans? Justin Herbert, though, did you know that he had a 62-game consecutive regular season starting streak that just came to an end? And, of course, when you start thinking about Charger quarterbacks that have been there and have made a career, Phillip Rivers is on the top of that list for the Chargers, right? I mean, you got Dan Fouts, you got some great ones in the history of Chargers football. But Easton Stick said, I've watched Justin, obviously. Phillip, though, that's the standard, Stick said Tuesday.
Ooh, I like that.
Yes. I'm just trying to do my best, he said. Once again, Chargers catching 3 on the road in Vegas. Keeping it moving. Number 3 here at top 404. And let's get on over to the NBA, and we'll talk about Giannis last night, who went for 64. John Jansen, was Giannis out of line after the game in your mind, chasing and tracking down that game ball? He wanted the game ball, but Oscar Tshiebwe scored his first point.
Is it Tshiebwe? I thought it was just Tshiebwe. I thought the T was silent.
Take it easy. Grammar police.
I was just saying, I thought it was just Tshiebwe.
I mean, how many times did we watch him play at Kentucky, right?
I don't think I ever heard Tshiebwe.
Tshiebwe.
Yeah, Tshiebwe. Oscar Tshiebwe.
I throw a T in from time to time.
The funniest part is that wasn't
just
that
when
actually,
you're vibing, when you're feeling it.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
That actually wasn't even his first point.
No.
Because he had an in-season tournament.
It was
right?
his first field goal. He had a free throw in the in-season tournament.
Yeah.
Championship. So that actually wasn't even his first point in the NBA.
But still, field goal is
field goal. I
pick a side. Who's out of line here?
Giannis.
He's a lunatic. Well, he went for 64. He's got the franchise record.
Okay.
Right,
But you don't need to run into the tunnel to get
Right.
it back.
Walk up to the Pacers coach. Shake his hand. Hey, is there any way I could get the game ball? I just put up 64.
Normal human
even
interaction.
Even though
right
32
there.
of it was free throws. Not run through like prime Brian Dawkins through the top. Dude, did you see the angle that Bleacher Report posted?
Yes.
He looked like anybody in his way would have had a concussion, 2 would have been in the hospital. And then once he got in there, I think my favorite part about it is that once he got into the locker room, there were like 4 Pacers players looked at him and was like, nah, you're not getting the ball.
Yeah,
and then he turned around and left.
They were about it.
They were ready to they were ready to go.
There were some microphones.
Listen, the Pacers are kind of fun. Like they're kind of cool. They have a little bit of a vibe to them.
They don't
was
play
picked up?
a lick of defense.
Do we know what was said?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
happened?
Get the F out of here. You're not getting that ball.
You're not
Don't
getting
give him that
the
ball.
effing ball.
Yeah, all
like
that.
they were about the smoke at the time. And then Giannis goes back out and he is like screaming
Giannis
at
deserves the ball.
Halliburton.
Giannis, first of all, the home team should do what they want with the ball.
Giannis deserves the ball, but he is out of line for what he did to get the ball.
That's fair.
I
think we can compromise on that.
It's like they stole.
Yeah, because I think we already know
they
that
stole the ball when he scored 100 points.
Giannis is a lunatic. Giannis is a weird dude.
You did score 64.
All right, 32 of it was free throws.
I mean, this is the same
Free
guy
throw
that was throwing down a ladder because some dude was trying to do his job and Giannis was being weird about it.
All right. Well, he obviously went over his
odd guy
prop, player prop
Right,
as far as
doubled
points are
it.
concerned.
Right,
Yeah,
doubled it.
And the biggest, as I have written down here in the notes, is that he had 32 free throws, and the Indiana Pacers only shot 32 as a team.
Did you see he didn't make a single shot outside of 3 feet from the basket?
Did not see that.
Did not. If you look at his shot chart, every single dot is basically touching, and they're under like 4 feet from the basket. It's very funny.
That's incredible.
That's domination.
No bag Giannis.
That is pretty
They
good.
call him no bag Giannis.
No bag.
No ball, Giannis.
It's true. No ball, no bag.
Yeah, Giannis last night went 20 of 28 and 24 of 32 from the free throw line. Finished with 64 points. He had 14 boards.
Look at his shot chart.
And 3 assists.
24 of 32 from the free throw.
Only
line.
one foul, too. Only one foul.
Look at all the green dots.
That's insane.
That's the only place that he scored from.
Are you kidding me?
Yep.
Did not know that. All right, we'll keep it moving. Number 2 on this list. This is a big deal. Jalen Milroe. He's returning to Bama for his senior year, John Jansen.
You can put him on the early Heisman watch for 2024.
Oh, here we go. That you will vote on and get wrong again.
According to Washington Husky fan.
I don't know how
And
you.
me, 'cause
I don't know
Michael
how.
Penix
I don't know how
feature
you put
ticket,
Bo Nix in front of him. But
I know how, because he played better this year.
No,
Yeah.
he beat him twice.
He didn't beat him.
Yes, he did.
Washington beat Oregon.
That's all right.
That's okay. But Penix did not beat
If Michael
Bo Nix.
Penix was the starting quarterback for Alabama, Georgia, Auburn,
he may win that unanimously.
He would
No, he would not.
absolutely win the Heisman Trophy. It is an
With the way that he played towards the end, no.
bias across the board when it comes to all this nonsense.
It's not
so
SEC
here we are.
Did you see Jaden Daniels and the way he played this year? Michael
really
Penix
good.
wasn't even close. It was pretty clear for me that the two guys at the top, and statistically, the way they played, performances, it was across the board. Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix. Like, it was hard not to realize that those two were by far the 2 best players in college football this year.
Like I said, Jalen Milroe goes undefeated next year. He's going to win the Heisman Trophy.
Well, I say it because Milroe started to look like a Heisman player by the end of the year. He was looking like a Heisman candidate.
Granted, if you're a quarterback for Alabama and you throw 35 to 40 touchdowns and your team has 1 or 0 losses, you are going to win the Heisman.
And next year's a little different story because the schedule is a little bit more competitive. Yeah. But even if it was this year, like Carson Beck goes out there, they go undefeated. Hey, what?
Well, there's a good example. Carson Beck, if they go undefeated, Georgia, and they get in the national championship picture, whatever, Carson Beck is not even a finalist this year. And he was good. Carson Beck was good. He wasn't even a finalist.
That's fair.
Wasn't even close to being a finalist.
You still got it wrong. Anyways, Jalen Milroe, he's coming back, which is exciting. It's good to see that Bama is going to have their starting quarterback back. Now, we'll see what happens to close out this season. All the money, Joe Public is all over Bama, all over Alabama, including myself and Julian Edlow. John Jansen, are you taking Michigan or are you taking Bama?
I am taking it. Makes sense that Bama is being picked too. I'm taking Bama. It makes sense that Joe Public is on Bama. They're the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
Used to
Plus,
be.
they just knocked off Georgia.
Patriots were. They just knocked off Georgia, but it's Nick Saban. It's Nick Saban. It's Alabama. It's a brand that's won a lot before, and now they're back on this big stage, a chance to get to a college football championship again. Yeah, it's just the public's always going to back something familiar like that. And Michigan struggled in this area, in this part of the season.
They did.
So that makes sense. I still think Michigan does struggle again, and I don't love Alabama. I don't think they are, just a juggernaut even after that game against Georgia. But I have loved the way their offenses looked because of Jalen Milroe and how dynamic he is.
And if Alabama can lock down Michigan's run, they're going to smoke.
Yeah, I mean it's all
JJ
McCarthy's.
McCarthy's not going to go out and single-handedly beat Alabama. I think it has to be Blake Corum.
And
Blake
Corum
McCarthy
played fine this year, but yeah, it's not.
Blake Corum needs a night. Like he needs to have a game. And if Alabama can limit any of that, I think it's going to be theirs. And I also think it's, once again, it feels nearly impossible to bet against Alabama when they make it to the playoffs. Like it feels like you get out there, it's Alabama, it's Nick Saban. It feels so hard to bet against Alabama.
Yeah, and we've made a big deal about Big Ten defenses being really good. Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, even really good. But once we got to that Ohio State-Michigan game, I think we kind of all just realized that the Big Ten just never had any good offenses to begin with. Yeah. And these defensive numbers are really skewed. So Ohio State had great success. That was Kyle McCord's best game as a Buckeye, was against Michigan. So I think this defense is a little overrated. I think it's good, but I don't know if it's going to be good enough to stop the way Jalen Milroe and that Alabama's offense has been playing.
All right.
I think it's going to be difficult.
Well, Milroe
Fun
back.
game,
Yeah. I'm looking forward to all these games coming up. And finally, with that being said, number one on the list, top 4, the GBC is back. And tonight we go live, 7:30 tonight. Myself, Beef himself, Ryan Coyle, and Joe Tanzi will all be live, kicking things off. The first GBC podcast. We're adding that this year to our challenge. For those that don't know, it's the Gambler Bowl Challenge. We're all picking against the spread here. We got a nice roster of people in the industry, friends of the program, some people that I reached out to. Let's see. I reached out to the great Stuckey from the Action Network, who's a big college football guy, and I wanted to see if he wanted to join us. Don't know if he will or whatnot, but we have a lot of people that are big-time college football fans, so it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll see who's going to get the belt. As let's see here. Germ's in now. Look, all right, go. We didn't really add anybody.
I'll be in there soon.
Yeah, we don't have Jansen in there yet. We got Sean the Money Green.
Hey, nice.
Sports Gambling Podcast. I don't
we
know
had a very good year, I think, betting college football.
There it is.
I would love to know what all of our odds are right now to win the belt, because I'll tell you what, mine aren't good.
It's bowl season, baby. Anything's possible.
But if we're taking underdogs in bowl, we need to take an underdog to win it. So, I don't know.
Well, look, it's a lot of fun. The belt's up for grabs, and we'll see who's going to win it this year. Again, fourth year for us here with the GBC Challenge, and we're bringing a podcast discussing all of the games. And on Saturday, we got ourselves a full slate of games in college football. I believe 5, if I'm not mistaken. 5 bowl games? 6. There's 6. Yeah, I am wrong. 6 bowl games. So we're going to break it all down tonight at 7:30 p.m. live on the Gamblers socials.
Thanks for the invite. I mean, geez. I would have talked some college football.
Yeah, you're busy.
Doing what?
You'll be on the next one next week.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. Open up, Tanzi.
When I'm actually busy.
Beef.
Thank you.
And then next week we'll be rocking and rolling. We'll get everything in. And then Monday, we got a pretty good game on Monday. Monday is Old D versus Western Kentucky. That's a 2:30 kick. It'll be live action, Tracy, on that one. All right. Once again, Top 4 brought to you by Boost Infinite. Switch today. Infinite access for iPhone unlimited talk, text, and data starting at just $60 a month. New iPhone 15 Pro on them. 0 money down. No trading required. Once again, boostinfinite.com. Coming up on the other side, we're going to head out to the Gambler Hotline, and you know what? The head coach of the Philadelphia Wings. He's going to join us, Coach Paul Day. We'll find out what the difference is from this squad versus last year. One player to watch out for. The Wings are opening up their home opener on Saturday. Their home games all start on Saturday at 1 o'clock versus Albany. It's going to be a great time. We're giving away tickets. All you got to do is follow us on socials at Fox PHL Gambler. Don't go anywhere more after this.
Fox Sports Radio, The Gambler. Now, total traffic for Philadelphia.
Schuylkill Expressway westbound is closed from the Vine Expressway to Girard. That because of a protest on the highway. Traffic is stopped all the way back to Vare Avenue. Eastbound Schuylkill is open but crawling from the boulevard down to 30th Street. Vine Expressway westbound barely moving from 95 over to the Schuylkill Expressway. And Spring Garden Street over the Schuylkill, that is closed as well. On 202 northbound in King of Prussia, that's shut down from Henderson Road to Solon Boulevard. That's because of a sinkhole. Southbound 202 is open and getting by. Stop and go on 95 northbound Essington Avenue to Broad Street. Then again, Girard up to Bridge Street. Brendan Joseph, Total Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. With a Chalupa Supreme beefy 5-layer burrito, crunchy taco, cinnamon twist, and medium drink, Taco Bell's $5 cravings box is packed as ever. And $5 as ever. Get one at Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact store for price and participation which vary. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
Stay tuned to Fox PHL The Gambler for the latest CEOs you should know.
Corinne O'Connell. I'm the CEO of Habitat for Humanity Philadelphia.
Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Some intimate parts need the gentle, easy trim of a Gillette trimmer. And some need the closeness and comfort of a Gillette Intimate razor. While others need a Gillette anti-chafe stick. Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get down there. By now.
With tens of thousands of satisfied patients across America, it's no surprise QC Kinetics gets 5-star reviews.
I'm feeling on top of the world because of QC Kinetics.
I'm able to do the things that I wasn't able to do for a long time.
I can recommend them highly. I would recommend QC to anybody. QC Kinetics has changed my life.
I couldn't believe it. I honestly was skeptical, but the pain went from a 10 to a 0.
Real people with real lasting relief from joint pain.
QC Kinetics regenerative medicine is regenerating me.
It was super successful, and I recommend everyone seek out QC Kinetics as an alternative to surgery.
This non-surgical approach is definitely the future.
I tell as many people as possible. I am an ambassador. I love QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in advanced regenerative medicine. No drugs, no surgery. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 215-999-3000. That's 215-999-3000. 215-999-3000.
The holidays are the happiest time of the year. That is, unless you or your loved ones are miserable because of colds, sinus infections, or allergies. This holiday season, give the gift of better breathing with Navage. What makes Navage so effective? Well, unlike cold and allergy drugs that might take a long time to help, if they're effective at all, Navage provides fast relief from sinus congestion in 30 seconds flat. Navage doesn't just relieve symptoms, it attacks the cause by sucking out the germs, allergens, and viruses trapped in your nose that are making you feel miserable. Best of all, Navage does it naturally, without drugs. Wash away your cold and congestion problems this holiday season. Add Navage to your gift list so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all year long. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
What do you mean he's not coming in? This is our busiest time.
The mixologist at Claude's Bar is moving to Manhattan.
I'm already down 2 bar backs. No one's manning front of
Now he needs an equally cosmopolitan replacement.
How am I going to find a new bartender before New Year's Eve?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey man, you all right? Need me to call 911? No. Call Top Dog Law. Get top dollar for your accident at topdoglaw.com Once again, that's topdoglaw.com.
Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Gotta be down because I want it all.
It's a daily ticket right here on The Gambler. You got a 3-man weave this afternoon. Luke Arcaini in the building. All things Phillies and hot stove. We got to get on over to that Dodgers conversation.
Do they do the weave? Because I know basketball is like you do the weave thing. Do they do that in lacrosse?
We'll find out. We got the right man to ask that question.
I feel like that would be great because they take some basketball concept.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Good drill.
John Jansen, I am Sean Brace, and we're going to head out to the Gambler Hotline.
I hope it didn't sound too stupid there.
Yeah, it's all right. We're all learning when it comes to the game of lacrosse. Coach, we got some fun ones coming your way. I promise you that. Joining us right now on the Gambler Hotline, folks, this Saturday, we're opening up this bad boy at home for the Philadelphia Wings. It's the home opener. Their team is already 1-1 on this early part of the season, and joining us right now on the Daily Ticket, the head coach for the Philadelphia Wings, Coach Paul Day. Coach, how we doing today, sir?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely. Yeah, we got some dumb questions coming your way. I want to fire one right here.
I heard basketball. That's a really good start because offense, defense is basically basketball with legalized violence.
There we go.
See?
I can talk. Did I just hear legalized violence in there? Heck, yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh, they get crazy in the indoor game, man. So that's, Coach, that's where I want to start with you because we have on the Philadelphia Wings. Now I am the in-arena announcer, and it's exciting for everything's going to be opening up here in December. Home game this Saturday at 1 o'clock, taking on Albany. And trust me when I tell you got to make it to a game. If you can't make it this Saturday, the Philadelphia Wings deliver from start to finish. It's such an entertaining game, so fast-paced. And I mean, you guys are getting off like 60 shots a piece, it feels like, from each team. So, Coach, I want to ask you from the indoor versus the outdoor game. We have a guy by the name of Blaze Reardon, who is unbelievable. He's a great goalie in the outdoor game, yet he doesn't play goalie in the indoor game. Why is that?
Yeah, he's the best, I'll say field goalie. And we call it box because you could play field inside or you could play box outside. So we'll call it box and field. But he's the best field goalie in the world. Won a gold medal with Team USA this summer. And then box, I guess it's definitely different than the field game. So he's got great hands. I think if you ever watch, you pull up his ESPN highlight from years ago with Albany going end to end as a goalie. So it's a different game, but he's as good in the box game as he is in the field game, and we're lucky to have him, and he's our captain this year.
Yeah, he's a sharpshooter, that's for sure. All right, so he's the captain. He's repping the C. You had some change this offseason. Trevor Baptiste out, Matt Rambo out. You got some new guys. We're 2 games into this bad boy so far this year, Coach. What's a player or two that we need to be looking out for on Saturday when you guys take on Albany at home?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've got Mitch Jones in the mix. He signed a 2-year deal. We traded for him, halfway through last year, so that made a big difference. We brought him in and really pushed for the playoffs, and having him in the market and playing for us is huge for our offense. Holden Catoni, he brought him from Rochester. He had 40 goals, over 40 assists in 18 games. So guy with an outside cannon on the power play, which is, going to be really effective, and a great name like Catoni in South Philly really works well. His brother's already on the team. So, and then we've brought in, 4 or 5 real young, physical, fast D guys. So it'll be a little different. We're, I think, a lot faster team. Mitch Armstrong's a 19-year-old from Ontario. He's a really good hockey player growing up. Played some junior hockey. He's still young enough to play junior hockey, but he was our first pick this year. Taggart Clark was our first rounder from last year. His dad is actually the coach and GM of Albany, so it'll be the first time ever, son and dad against each other. And they're, he's only 24, 23, but first time they've ever coached or played against each other. So that'll be fun on Saturday. And then we got some other D guys. Jackson Ganton is a rookie from Alberta, Edmonton, Alberta, home of Carter Hart, and good goalie for the Flyers. And real physical defender, played college football out there, is always a safety. Player, 2 guys we picked up in trades. Dominic, he's one of the fastest guys in the league, and Mike McCann, who who scored early in the season for us already. So different style of team. A lot faster, more physical, and a lot younger for sure.
We got Coach Day from the Philadelphia Wings joining us. Coach, this is your fifth season as the head coach and general manager, so you know a thing or two when it comes to home field advantage. I'm curious, I'm bringing it back to me. I'm selfish here. The in-arena, take us through the league. Where do we compare as far as Philadelphia, the electric atmosphere at the Wells Fargo Center for the Wings games versus everybody else? I actually watched both games, and I would just tell you right now that I feel like our music that we play at the Wells Fargo Center 10 times better than any games that I've watched so far that I'm hearing. Take us in your mind. Where do we rank as far as home field advantages? We got to be up there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. New York was pretty quiet, and I thought that was really quiet actually. So. It's always nice to go to New York and win, which we did. And then Toronto was a little more family environment, not that loud. Being a guy who played in Buffalo and coached in Rochester and came to Philly a lot of times, everybody's excited to come to Philly. It's a great environment. I think I try to tell people that have never been, if you mix Eagles tailgate in with a Sixers and Flyers game.
Yes.
That's the in-home the experience at Wells Fargo. You don't have to love lacrosse. You just come. It's entertainment for everybody, family, and we get the party zone behind the one net. $39. You come and you get 3 drinks, and sit at the high top tables, and you're right part of the action. So yeah, it's a different environment. It's not quite like a hockey game. There's no organs playing. It is music nonstop, and I on my weekends off. I like to take my family, go to a building somewhere and watch it and just be a fan of the game and really enjoy the experience.
I do like a little shot at New York there too. I like that.
Oh yeah.
Not as good. A little quiet up there. Yeah.
It is a little quiet. I think they came in the league the year after us. I think we're 6-2 lifetime against them. So it's always nice to beat New York.
I love that.
Coach,
always got to beat New York.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's good to hear.
Bringing it back with the home field advantage. One thing that hit me the most, this I believe my 3rd or 4th season now in arena announced it. I think 3rd. Excuse me, is that there are diehard Wings fans. I mean, we're talking about guys that have chance, guys and girls that have chance, that are just tremendous fans. We've got the fan group. I mean, it is insane. As far as that is concerned, when you think about the sports teams here in Philadelphia, I'll put the Wings fans up there. Like they are diehards. Do you see that? Do you believe in that as well? I mean, look, Sixers, they got their fans, Eagles, all that. We understand that, but there are some diehard Wings fans that don't miss the game.
Yeah, I'm going to say they're the oldest fan club in the National Lacrosse League. Even though we've only been back in existence for 4.5 years with COVID and everything. They stuck around, and a team moved, but that fan club still exists. And in New York, it was a live ESPN game, and the loudest fans, the whole section behind us, a couple hundred Philly people.
Wow.
In an arena of 4,000 or 5,000, the loudest people in that arena were the Philly fan club. So they're unbelievable people, and they travel well too, which is fantastic.
That's great. Yeah, I didn't even know about the traveling aspect, but you see them, they meet up before the games. They're all decked out. They got jerseys, and it's just a fun time down there. And, oh, by the way, we're winning, right? It's a lot of fun, a lot more fun when we do win these games. And you guys are off to a pretty good start so far. Of course, slipped up last week, but 1-1 on this early part of the season, taking on Albany on Saturday. And Coach, we can't thank you enough for stopping by, but give us a little preview of what to expect on Saturday when you take on Albany.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are real young and fast and physical. I mean, they're off to a 2-0 start. They beat the defending champs Buffalo last weekend in Albany, and they went on the road and won in Vegas. So, real young team. It's going to be a real exciting game. 2 of the best goaltenders, for us. Zach Higgins has been our best player so far this year. He's number 1 and 2 in a couple of goaltending categories to start the year, and then they got a big goalie in Doug Jamieson. So it's going to be a goaltender's battle, but they're young guys, and our young guys are going to put on a good show, and we hope that we can play it on the line here Saturday afternoon. The Eagles are out of town, so you might as well come and watch the Wings battle at Wells Fargo.
That's right, 1 p.m. WingsLAX.com. Score a couple tickets there. Always catch the Wings on television this Saturday, NBC Sports Philadelphia, but it is the home opener. So get your butt down to the Wells Fargo Center and get rowdy with me. And, of course, cheer on the Wings to a victory over Albany. Coach, can't thank you enough for stopping by. Let's do this again. Good luck on Saturday, and we'll catch up later down the road.
Pleasure. Thanks very much, fellas.
Excellent
Let's
stuff.
go Wings.
There he is.
Let's go Wings.
Head coach Paul Day from the Philadelphia Wings joining us.
I had such a fun time at that game. I went to one. It was a couple of years ago, and I had such a fun time. And I'm going to make it a point to go this year.
See, this is what I love
Multiple
about sports,
games.
right?
Yeah.
The one thing that he said, like I said earlier, I've never been a lacrosse guy. He said you don't need to be a lacrosse fan to come to an NFL.
No. You don't. Yeah. You don't.
I'm in. Like, that intrigues me.
Look,
does $1 ice cream intrigue me as well? Absolutely.
Of course.
The one thing I would say about
does wrestling night intrigue me?
Oh yeah.
Of course it
So
does.
you know how it is, right? When I got asked to do this, and I'm like, man, the first thing going through my mind was like, oh man, I bet you these lacrosse people are gonna be tough. Like, I don't know much about it, and here I am coming in, like, look at me, getting rowdy. Could not been wrong, like more wrong on that. It is just a blast. Everybody there. Look, there are plenty of diehards, but there are so many people like you, Luke, myself, who are just newbies, want to cheer on a Philadelphia team and be entertained. And like I said, they do win, especially at home. Really good at home throughout the course of coach's tenure here, 5th year heading in here this season. So it's just a ton of fun. And there is a for a lack of a better term, minor league, baseball element where there's always something happening every minute, right? Giveaways, we got the t-shirt gun, we got the hot dog, halftime, you got the it's slipping my mind. The mites on ice is hockey. Oh, it's the Tykes on Turf. That's what it is. I was like, man, what is it? And so that is awesome. I'm running around like a maniac. There's always something going on, and it's just a great time for the family. And of course, if you are a diehard, if you're a lacrosse guy or girl, you're playing in high school, or you're still out there trying to play, like you know these guys, you know these names. Like Matt Rambo was on this team. Matt Rambo he's a legend. Final Four. There's so many guys that, have been on your television, whether it was the college lacrosse Final Four or the National Lacrosse League, which is new, coming to Philadelphia here. It's just insane, man. There's so much going on with all things with the Wings down there at the Wells Fargo Center. So once again, WingsLAX.com. Can't thank Coach for stopping by here. And again, we're going to be doing a lot more with the Wings over the next few months. And hopefully we got ourselves a hell of a season to go along with that. Luke Arcaini, though, while we were just talking to Coach, he shot me a text message.
Yeah, we have some pretty big news here.
So this is a big news item here. What can you tell us about this gentleman, Luke Arcaini, who covers the Phillies for us here on The Gambler? Yamamoto. Did I get it right?
Yeah.
So this is a pitcher from Japan.
Yes.
Who is the number one free agent as far as pitchers are concerned?
Yes. Yep. And was before Aaron Nola signed as well. He's
that good.
He's the top. Granted, because he's only 25 years old.
Well, let me ask you this hypothetical question. And I don't know if the Phillies are meeting with them or not. Oh, they are?
Oh, they are.
They are.
The Phillies are meeting with Yoshinobu Yamamoto right now.
Whoa. Yes. Say his name again.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Nice work by you. They're meeting with him. So
they're meeting with him today. Yes.
Brass, let's get right to it. If he was to sign in Philly, is he number one?
No.
Wheeler's still number one.
Well, opening day would still be Aaron Nola. They will ride the Aaron Nola opening day streak.
Understood. Putting that to the side. Me and you having a barroom conversation. Who's the number one starter?
Wheeler's still number
Zach
one.
Wheeler.
Okay.
And that game 2 in a playoff series, if he pitches how he pitched in Japan the last 3 years, would be Yamamoto.
has a chance to be that dominant. That's electric stuff. It's his curveball that's really special.
He is 49-16 over the last 3 years. His ERA has not been above 1.7. And he struck out over 650 batters in the last 3 seasons.
Come
on. He has one of the nasty. His curveball is basically moves probably about 3 feet top to bottom. It looks exactly like Kershaw. It's it's basically him from the right side. Wow. He has about 7 to 8 teams that have really kind of been big suitors for him. Top 2 are really Yankees, Dodgers.
Go figure.
With all of the deferred money, it seemed like Yamamoto was maybe headed out to LA. I know he did meet with the Dodgers and the Yankees already. The Phillies have always had an interest, but this is the first time we've heard anything of them meeting with him, which is big. He is the #1 free agent left in baseball.
Absolutely.
He's 25 years old.
Oh,
he's going to be a top 25 pitcher the second he comes over here. This is a really, really big deal.
Well, this is a big deal for more than just that too, because Japan is starting to bring over more and more pitchers and players and getting better. And even the KBO Giants just signed a guy. The international market isn't just now, Dominican players, Puerto Rican players, all those. It's expanding further into Asian countries, KBO, Japanese league, and the Phillies. The fact that they are getting involved in that now is telling me that they do have a presence in Japan and that they are scouting these guys and figuring out that, hey, we need to bring these players in. To me, that's huge because there's another Japanese pitcher coming out. He pitched in the I'm forgetting his name, World Baseball Classic, and he's going to be. He actually put his name in this year, but his team is not going to let him in Japan. Usually you have to wait till you're about 25 till you can really open yourself up to a contract like this. But the fact that they are involved and even discussing, to me, is a great sign.
Great sign.
That is a fantastic sign. Even if they don't get this guy, it is fantastic that they are starting to get into those markets.
And it's something that's really big for the Phillies. Obviously, the signing itself would be big based on the player standpoint. But the Japanese Baseball League is only going to get bigger over as the years go on. And one steady thing that we've seen with these Japanese baseball players that have been over into the MLB is that they feel the most comfortable when there is more Japanese players on the team. Rightfully so. So we have these teams like the Red Sox, like the Yankees, like the Dodgers, who have sort of established their desire is not necessarily the right word, but these teams that have really favored to bring over Japanese players onto their team. And the Phillies becoming one of those teams to consistently be in the hunt for these Japanese stars would be huge. Because there is so many more that will be coming over to Major League Baseball over the next 5-10 years. That once you get eventually out of this, in quotes, core of these Phillies players, these guys are going to be coming over like a wildfire. Yeah, they're great. I mean, this guy's the best free agent left on the board, and he's from Japan. We've never seen him throw a pitch in Major League Baseball.
Right, and he's not even the best one. The best pitcher that's going to come out of Japan is actually the guy I was talking about in a couple of years. So that's just to say that it is Yamamoto is a great pitcher, and the fact that he's available on the market, he is a top pitcher to be getting right now, but to be involved. So even a guy like Sasaki, who's the player, Yamamoto wasn't being talked about nearly as much as this guy because he was, just electric stuff, 100 miles an hour. He's an incredible pitcher, but that's the guy the Phillies will be also in contention for because they are. It seems like they are.
Once you're in contention with one Japanese player, you're in contention with all.
You are in the building. You are able to have these conversations with Japanese players, with Japanese teams.
Totally get it.
It's great.
Totally get it.
This is big time.
But it's coming down to the dollar sign. Right? And we're talking about this guy going to be making over $300 million.
Yeah, maybe he'll defer half of it.
Yeah. Hey, I'm fine with that. I know Jansen is too as well. But again, this is a huge deal. I just laugh. Look, this would be a mega get by the Phillies because I just never thought that they would even have an opportunity to because, of course, New York, LA, and Chicago, right? Like those are the markets. And Seattle, you got to throw Seattle for the Japanese players. You have to mix that in. And apparently Toronto too. Right, whether we believe that there was an opportunity that he was going there or not, or is that just the whole deal, the whole spiel by the agent, which was just crazy, but
on the plane.
Love it. And man, they fed John Morosi.
They played him like a fiddle.
I feel for him. I really do feel for him because he got crushed.
crushed.
But
he didn't even tweet anything about it.
He was giving the right information though, but he got played.
He got played.
He got played.
He got played so bad that when Ohtani actually did sign, he didn't say a word. Nothing for at least 48 hours.
Well,
nothing
he's
about
probably ready to strangle the agent.
Yeah.
Well, he'll get a future break. Obviously, he's going to get something in return for that. He did his part. But again, this is a huge deal. Yamamoto, am I saying his last name correct?
Yeah.
Yamamoto meeting with the Phillies and 25 years young. That's insane right there. That's really good stuff. So, look, you're talking about how this team can take it up another level. Yeah, you add his
pitcher like that.
You add him to the mix. Now we're talking.
He is like, he's gross. Like he. All right, Zach Wheeler's going to be the best pitcher if they get him.
Yeah,
Yamamoto is going to have the nastiest stuff.
Yamamoto
is gross.
What are we doing? What are we
Sean,
doing?
When you see him throw that curveball for the first time at Citizens Bank, oh my gosh!
Yeah, I just saw the splits. He has a splitter too. And that happens a lot where certain areas that I guess because of pitching coaches and what they're teaching, some areas will just have an idea of one pitch better than the other. The splitter coming out of Japan, it's just like this pitch now it's unhittable. Yeah. Shohei Ohtani's splitter is nasty. One of the best pitches in all of baseball, and it seems like a lot of these Japanese pitchers do have that as well. And Yamamoto has one that's filthy. So he's bringing in quite the arsenal if he does come over.
All right, now we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, but that's fine. That's what we do as sports fans, right? And we want to envision the best case scenario. But again, what's the percentage here? Hit me with a percentage. He's meeting with the Phillies. That's huge. That's great.
I think he already met with the Dodgers.
Percentage went up. I'll tell you that from what it was.
How many teams are in this?
Ago.
How many teams are involved, do you think?
6.
Yeah.
Dodgers, Yankees, Phillies, Mets, Red Sox, Giants.
What can I do to influence him more to come here? What can I do? Could I tweet at him? Should I go run down there to the ballpark?
I'd be willing to do almost anything to have this guy in the Phillies. Like he's gross.
Yeah, that's to me how this team takes another step up to win a World Series is you get this guy.
Yeah.
Right. Like there's no who else is out there as far as free agents, as far as hitters are concerned.
Hitters, Cody Bellinger, Teoscar Hernandez, Jorge Soler.
Yeah, there's some
Reese Hoskins.
Reese. Will his number get low enough that he'll be back?
No, he's going to go to Chicago.
They already committed. I heard Chicago. That would be a great.
I've always liked that fit since they kind of said he was.
Everybody was waiting for
Ohtani.
Everybody was waiting for Ohtani. So shouldn't we be seeing a boatload of players signing contracts?
I think once the first. It's always kind of two different sections almost. It's kind of like a pitcher's market and a hitter's market.
Copy.
Once you see the top pitcher go, then the pitchers start to kind of fall. Once you see the top hitter go, then the hitters start to fall. Granted, I can't even put Shohei in either of those categories because you can't base another player's contract off of Ohtani's contract. Because he's Ohtani, he's all the way at the top. But once you see a guy maybe like Bellinger, who I think is probably going to go to Toronto, is I think my best guess for Bellinger there.
Good spot.
Once you see a hitter go off the market, then I think you'll start to see the influx of these guys go. I would love Jorge Soler in a Phillies uniform. I was tweeting about that earlier. Right-handed bat, outfield, just absolutely murders the baseball.
Yeah.
But I mean, like you said, you have these guys: Bellinger, Teoscar Hernandez, Hoskins, Soler, and there's a ton more. But once one goes, usually they all start to kind of go after that. So I'll be interested to see who kind of gets the market set. The number for Reese is kind of confusing right now. I don't necessarily know what Reese is looking for. I always thought Reese was going to leave for a 1-year deal after the injury, but it seems like Chicago was in on maybe giving him a multi-year deal. So we'll see once that happens. But bottom line is the Phillies met with the best free agent available, which is always there's nothing wrong with doing that.
No, it's
right?
great. It's the fact that we're even at the table.
And if you can convince him, if you can, show him this environment and show him the guys he can play with and show him the city he can play in, you have to try it, right? And
supposedly Harper sent him what? We sent him Harper
a reel. He sent him like a 20-second reel about like Philadelphia Phillies, which It's Bryce Harper. That's what he does.
He's probably going to go to the Dodgers.
Bryce Harper comes on the TV last week.
I'd be willing to think he goes to.
I think Giants.
The Yankees.
I think he's going to the Dodgers.
I think
he's going to go to the Yankees.
I think the Giants have to.
There's a reason why Shohei Ohtani.
Fine, I'll say it. I think he's going to go to the Phillies.
There you go.
There we go.
Nice. I like that.
He's going to the Phillies.
That's adorable.
I know.
Luke Arcaini. Luke, what is your Twitter handle? You
Arcaini
got
Luke. The Twitter is back.
All
Twitter's back.
Arcaini Luke. Last name
Twitter,
first.
Luke
Boom.
1, Twitter 0.
Boom.
I won. It was a 21-day fiasco though.
And there's nothing worse because they got you by the
They got me by 1 year. One year of
you made a mistake on putting your birthday.
Yeah. And they locked me out for 3 weeks. Because I went back and I saw the mistake and I went to change it. Because I was like, you never know with these accounts. Maybe they'll lock you out if they eventually figure out your birthday's wrong. And then 30 seconds later, they locked me out because my birthday was wrong. Ridiculous. We got it back. We're good. Just in time for Yamamoto to be back.
I like that.
To sign with the Phillies.
Hey, 5 o'clock hour coming up next. Just to let you know, 5:25 picks and roll. Sean Bernard, myself, going over all 7 games. We're going to talk about the association in full. That's picks and roll coming up at 5:25. Other side, we'll continue to talk about the Week 15 kickoff here tonight. Thursday night football between the Raiders and the LA Chargers, and a man by the name of Easton Stick. The hype is real. We got some Thursday night hype. You want to get involved? Well, we'll tell you how to do that on DraftKings.
Is it really hype for this guy?
Yes.
Like, are we really?
Absolutely.
Okay. I haven't seen any of this.
I woke up to so many tweets. I woke up to 2 text messages about anytime touchdown plays and rushing yards. Like, that's not a good thing when you're talking about a quarterback, and the first thing we're talking about is running yards. But we're talking about a low total. It's very gettable. If he breaks one, all he's got to do is break one damn tackle. He's going over his total. I like those type of plays.
So I got him 20.5.
There you go.
Rushing yards.
You're a smart man.
Easton Stick anytime, Easton Stick first, and Easton Stick 2.
You're a little.
You convinced me. You convinced me.
You're a little over the top on Mr. Stick. That's all right.
We're going down. We're going down with the ship.
Oh, it's the Daily Ticket. Luke Arcaini, John Jansen. I am Sean Brady. Back into this.
I got to ask, are you looking to switch your phone service? Well, what if there was a carrier that wasn't just another phone company? One that's brand new, built with technology for the next 50 years, not the last 50. Well, now there is. It's Boost Infinite Wireless, the only carrier that switches between its own network and the other top 2 networks to find the best quality calls and data for you anywhere, anytime. So why limit yourself to one network when you can get 3 and you get a low price unlimited wireless plan that gives you a new iPhone every single year? It's the power of new technology that gives you better service at lower prices. Boost Infinite Wireless. Switch today. Visit boostinfinite.com. BOOST. That's boostinfinite.com or call 855-55-BOOST. Boost Infinite Wireless. Switch today. See boostinfinite.com for terms and conditions.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
This holiday season, find all kinds of deals at Target. Discover sweet deals on toys and small appliances, big deals on clothing and beauty, plus so much more. At Target, get what you need for the holidays. Find new deals each week for everyone on your list and get it all fast with free drive up. Score low prices and great deals all season long. Now at Target. Exclusions apply.
Need money for the holidays? Avoid the yikes before Christmas. Hurry into Jackson Hewitt for a holiday loan on your tax refund, up to $1,000. Early refund advance offered to eligible clients. Application required. Finance charge applies. Loans by Republic Bank. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
It'll be another chilly night under a clear sky. Light winds at least, only 4 to 8 miles an hour. Low temperatures in the 20s for most of us, right around freezing for Center City. And it's a beautiful finish to the week. Friday will feature lots of sunshine, milder temperatures as we jump back well above average to 55 degrees. I'm meteorologist Adam Joseph with your 6ABC forecast.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. With a Chalupa Supreme, beefy 5-layer burrito, crunchy taco, cinnamon twist, and medium drink, Taco Bell's $5 Cravings Box is packed as ever and $5 as ever. Get one at Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact store for price and participation which vary. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
Fox Sports Radio, The Gambler. Now, total traffic for Philadelphia.
Jam, but getting better on the Schuylkill westbound from Bear Avenue to Spring Garden from an earlier protest. Further west on the Schuylkill at Jam City Avenue to Gladwin. Eastbound Schuylkill, stop and go the Blue Route to Belmont, then you're crawling from the Boulevard into the Vine. Vine Expressway westbound jams 95 across to the Schuylkill, and a stop and go on 95 northbound from Girard to Bridge Street. Gridlock around the Art Museum Circle area because of the protest as well. Through South Jersey, we're seeing heavy volume on 42 southbound, the Walt Whitman Bridge down to 295. 295 southbound slowing 73 to 70, then again 30 to 42. We're jamming on 676 southbound, merging into 42. Brendan Joseph, total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Boost Infinite.
Boost Infinite's new wireless technology gives you 3 networks for the price of 1 and better service at a lower price. Switch today. Visit boostinfinite.com. That's boostinfinite.com.
The holiday season is here, and what better way to celebrate than at the Legacy Club in Cherry Hill, New Jersey? The Legacy Club is nestled on 178 acres of pristine land and perfect for any event. Treat your colleagues to a luxurious event space and celebrate this season in style. Our team will take care of everything you need to make your event unforgettable. Visit thelegacyclub.com to inquire today and make your next holiday gathering one to remember. That's thelegacyclub.com. Happy holidays.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer Sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there. And around there, and even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Just be natural. Try to roll around in it gracefully and not like a puppy.
Maria's photography studio is zooming into a flurry of projects.
Where did I put that memory card?
She needs an assistant to keep business in focus.
Hang on while I change the external flash. Oh,
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
That's Mike saying good morning. It's the best he can do right now. Yeah, not a cloud in the sky. What Mike could use is a fresh start. And Irish Spring Body Wash. The fresh scent of Irish Spring and those sensational Irish Spring suds are just the reset Mike needs. Now he's ready
to go to work.
It's Sunday. Irish Spring. When the spring hits you, you're ready. Pick up Irish Spring today.
Your home for Villanova basketball is WDAS and WD273D, Fox Sports Radio Philadelphia. Live at 5 is sponsored by Boost Infinite. Switch today. Unlimited talk, text, and data starting at $60 a month. All details and info at boostinfinite.com.
We're back. Three-man weave. I got Luke Arcaini fired up over there about Yamamoto. Yamamoto.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
One more time, the first name?
Yoshinobu
Yamamoto. What was the one commercial? It was Moto. It was Motorola, wasn't it?
Hello, Moto. Yeah.
Hello, Moto. Yeah, that's what it was. Well, if you're just joining us, that is the breaking news. According to John Clark, Johnny Airport. Did he add anything, Luke?
Not necessarily. He said the Phillies personnel is meeting with Yoshinobu Yamamoto today.
Where?
They're meeting out in Los Angeles.
Nice.
Yamamoto did meet with the Dodgers a few days ago, so maybe the Phillies made the call before he potentially heads back to Japan if he was going back there. But it seems like they met him, which is good. Seems like they're pushing to at least give this a shot, which you basically have no choice. You have to be. If a player of his caliber is still available and you have the money and the ability to go land him, you have to give it a try.
You got the money, honey. I got the dream. Make him happen. Make it happen. Bring him here.
Please do.
Yeah, it'd be fun. It'd be great to add him into the mix.
It'd be a really, really, really good rotation. Like historically good for the Phillies.
Whoa.
Best rotation since the Four Aces.
They were pretty good.
They were really good. But I mean, there's not a rotation we've had that would
Best
be better
rotation since the Four. I mean, it's definitely since the Four Aces. In my mind, it went, is it better? And I wouldn't say that.
Well, no, they would have to go out and prove it, but
Yeah.
they would no doubt be the second best rotation since the Four Aces. The Four Aces would take the top
Joe
spot.
Blanton wasn't all that good either. I mean, that was a joke.
He was good enough.
I missed on that one. The
Yeah,
Four
you
Aces.
whiffed.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
Like a Yamamoto splitter, you with.
Oh, nice work there. All right, since you brought up free agency, right, and he's being wowed by all these teams, last night, the 30 for 30. Did you guys watch this at all? The Minister of Defense, Reggie White?
It's so weird. I've been out on 30 for 30s, but this is the first one in a while that's kind of caught my attention.
Oh, man.
So I might need to check it out, yeah.
This one gives you a little of everything. Reggie was the most dominant defender the game has ever seen. No question about that. He was the lead man in charge of free agency in the NFL. Of course, the background here in Philadelphia, more than anything, which was crazy. Just really well done, put together, perfect. And the word they used a lot to describe Reggie, he was complicated because he was a very religious man who was not shy to give his opinion on abortion and as homosexuals. And just as far as he was outspoken, like anybody you would ever seen, and be automatically canceled. But you know, like, and the flip side of that, and this is where the complication comes in. And LZ Granderson, I want to say his name is. He's a great journalist. He is gay. And, you know, he was out there giving his thoughts, and it was just perfect because, you know, the part that's so complicated for everybody is like Reggie White isn't a bad guy. I mean, he's a very, very damn good man. Family man, all that, but just believed in his convictions and religion. You know, that's what it comes down to, is just his religion. But the 30 for 30 was fantastic. You get a little of everything. Like I said, you get emotion because he passed away at 43 or whatever it was. Bring it home for Jerome. You know, when he gave the speech down at Veterans Stadium with Billy Graham, he broke the news. Like when Jerome Brown passed, you know, there was no social media, there's no cell phones. So everybody's sitting in the vet for Billy Graham. Here comes Reggie White to do his thing. And he said, well, I had a speech ready to go, but here, you know, I got to go ahead and tell you, Jerome Brown, my teammate, our Philadelphia athlete, passed away. And he's crying. It was insane. Really good. Really good. Definitely recommend it. And also to go along with it, man, they don't play the game like that anymore.
No.
Because when he hit a quarterback,
that would be
he broke,
get suspended.
He broke Brett Favre's like shoulder, and Like he came down on Favre's shoulder, and Favre got shot up in the back and came back out there. He said everything was clicking, like his whole shoulder was clicking, and that's when he got his pill addiction. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Great 30 for 30.
I'll watch him.
Yeah. And we're talking about 90s NFL and just, so good. But didn't even know it was coming out, to be honest with you. I think I heard something a couple weeks ago about it. Wasn't really, paying attention too much.
Well, I just think that's a 30 for 30 thing, right? It's definitely cooled off. I would say even since The Last Dance, it's kind of just cooled off a little bit.
Yeah, they used to have like a rhyme or reason, right? And then now you just don't know, like when they're coming out with a new one or what's being done. I don't know. But I totally recommend that one. And of course, free agency. I think he signed for $9 million with the Green Bay Packers. Mike Holmgren, head coach of the Green Bay Packers, when he got him, he left him a message. Reggie, this is God, on his voicemail. Come to Green Bay. It was good, man. Really good. All right. We'll keep it moving. Once again, coming up on the other side, we're going to have Picks and Roll with Sean Bernard. This has been a fun one. We got Luke Arcaini in the building. John Jansen here, as usual. It's always good to see you, John.
Wow. All right. Great to see you too, Bryce.
Get the people on the right side. Thursday Night Football, Jansen. Where are you going?
I'm going to not watch it.
Well, come on, dude. Sell it.
I don't know. It's really
sell
bad.
It.
But I don't know what to sell though, because we already had a Chargers offense that was
I can't
already.
believe you're so down on these games like this. Like you're such a Debbie Downer when it comes to these games. You complain about all of our Thursday night watch parties. You're complaining about this game. I'm sorry that every game can't be the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Bills.
Okay,
I'm
but
sorry
does it have to be the Bears and Panthers? Does it have to be
No,
Easton
it's the
Stick
Chargers and
O'Connell?
Raiders.
Easton Stick versus
All
Aiden
I
O'Connell.
know is when all I know is this. When it's
So a coach
when
that's
it's
already been
June,
fired going up against a coach that is about to be fired
When
at the
it's
end of the
June
season.
next
with
year-
two backup quarterbacks.
No, I miss football tweets.
I never want to see you say or hear you say
my-
tweet that I miss football.
Brother,
Never.
do you think I tweet I miss football, or I would say I miss football? And what I'm thinking in my head is, man, I really missed that Thursday night game.
But it's what we
with
have.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it has to be the thing I'm looking forward to and anticipating. I'm not anticipating this game even the least bit. This is awful. This is preseason football, essentially. This is exhibition football. These two teams are out of the playoffs. One team, again, has a coach that's already been fired. One team's going to fire their head coach. Heck, if they lose tonight, they're probably going to fire Staley. I would imagine they should do it in the next week or so.
Yeah,
Just do it now.
They should have fired Staley a year and a half ago.
Fire the guy.
Yes.
And we have two backup quarterbacks. There is nothing remotely intriguing, interesting, worthwhile watching in this game. Nothing.
So on that
Zero.
note,
I couldn't disagree
on
more.
that note,
Okay.
Easton Stick first touchdown.
That's right.
I mean, that's if you're looking for the betting angle, I'll just know Easton Stick is a good athlete. That's what you need to know.
Under passing yards, over rushing yards, anytime touchdown.
I got winners. That's
There
all
you go.
I know. Luke's
You got cough
winners.
drops? Look at that.
Yeah, I got
Oh,
cough.
would you get Halls? Halls is good.
These
But
are
I'll tell you what,
These are
I
old.
may have winners, but if Easton Stick is a loser, then I have nothing but losers.
Yeah.
Because just about 95% of these bets tonight that I have on this game all involve Easton Stick.
The Thursday night football hype is there. Let's go. Easton Stick, come on down. All right.
Stop trying to make this thing happen. And of course, he had 0 carries last week for 0 yards. So I don't know.
Well, they didn't put anything into the offense for him. Now they
I
got
would imagine
plays.
they have to. Yeah.
They got plays for him now. Dude, just go ahead and do what Tommy Cutlets did. Follow the path that Cutlets laid for everybody. The guy was making plays with his legs, throwing touchdown passes.
Follow the path of Cutlets.
Cutlets is doing it, man.
What an absurd sentence.
I'll tell you what, I would mess up some chicken cutlets.
I would too right now.
Sounds
Pretty hungry myself.
sounds really good.
I got a cough drop in my mouth. All right, Luke, final thoughts, sir. Great to have you in studio always. And of course, great to
I
have you
can't believe
today.
I got criticized for being so just not excited
are.
for this game.
Well, that's
That is
you.
unbelievable.
You're Johnny Downer when it
I'm
comes
not
to
Johnny
these
Downer.
games.
I'm Johnny. I want football. This isn't football. This is not even close to a professional football game.
How is this not
0.
football?
It's not a professional football game. It's not. It's a meaningless game.
Well, yeah, it is meaningless.
It's essentially a bowl game for these teams.
All right.
That's all it is.
And you're going to be
has nothing to do with the regular season. Has nothing to do with the season at all. It's two teams.
You're
out of
touting
it.
Old DU in Western Kentucky on Monday at 2:30 p.m. You can't tout this game for me.
That is more exciting for those programs than this game is for these two franchises.
You're crazy.
I'm not crazy.
Oh, you crazy, Jansen. That was my Tracy Morgan. Did you get that at all?
No, I did not get
I got
that.
a little bit. Oh, you crazy, John Jansen. You're crazy.
Did I see that? It's not him, but did I see Beverly Hills Cops is coming back?
Yeah, 2024. No, that's not him. That's Eddie Murphy.
I know it's Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
No, I know that.
Next
but
year,
I just,
2024.
I don't know. That just popped in my mind. Are you excited about that, Bryce?
Axel Foley, bro.
I love
I smell the cough drops from over here.
Axel Foley.
I know the halls are strong. It's great. I loved it.
I'm sure that sounds really good.
Even though, did you know there are actually directions you can only have a certain amount of them in a certain amount of time? I was just having those things like crazy. There's actually like directions, like for like usual with pills and medicine.
Pills are good.
What?
Pills, that was, come on, man. That was Dumb and Dumber. Pills are good. Now, when I was in
isn't there?
When I was in school, when I was in high school and elementary, we used to eat cough drops just as like candy.
Yeah, because what kind were those? Brewsters, something like that. Cough drops. They tasted so good. They were amazing. The cherry kind.
I've
always they weren't really cough.
Ludens.
Ludens.
Or something with an L.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Those things taste like candy.
Yes, so good.
Yeah, they didn't work. At least the halls work.
No, the halls work. And yeah, you can. But yeah, there's you can only have a certain amount.
Luke Arcaini, it's been a fantastic show. Close up shop.
I have not done anything.
What do you got for us?
I've been awful.
Final thoughts?
Yeah.
Easton Stick's either going to win us a lot of money or lose us a lot of money.
That's right. You already
the
Luke, can you give us your final thoughts again one more time, please?
Yamamoto, maybe a Phil, maybe. Wow. Being with the Phillies, it's nice to see the Phillies finally at least trying to be in on these big names. It seems like past off seasons they've just kind of stuck to like one or two guys, but it seems like their names have kind of been in the hat for a lot of players, which is nice to see, especially for Yamamoto.
Hey, look, when you make it to the NLCS 1 year, and the previous year you made it to the World Series, right? That's a big reason.
And I haven't said Joel Embiid's name one time yet on the show that he is just doing absolutely
why didn't we talk about Joel Embiid?
Unheard of stuff out on the court. We're talking about him as elite when we need to be talking about his play as
I think he's going to be a really interesting case this year because he won MVP last year.
He's going to win it again.
He's improving.
He has to win it again.
He has to.
If his stats stay like this, he has to win
Why I think
MVP
it's interesting
again.
because the MVP for the NBA is looked at differently than it is in other sports. At some point, you have to have actual tangible success in the postseason to end up keep winning the award. The reason why Jokic didn't win it is it was voter fatigue, and the voter fatigue I think also came because he didn't win anything yet. It would have been his third MVP without winning anything in the playoffs.
That's true.
And now he finally won. Embiid, that not only does he have to be better than he was last year, which he's doing that, he would have to be so much better that it actually convinces all the voters, well, this is different. Because if not, then it's just the same as what he has been, and what he has been is a guy that hasn't been good in the playoffs and hasn't had postseason success. So he's got to fight that narrative, which is really hard to fight. But I'm not saying everybody's wrong to put him in the MVP conversations and realize that he's having an absurd year this year. It'll be really tough.
Well, I have a ticket on him plus 650. DraftKings now down to plus 550. Do want to tell you that there's a book out there that has a higher number that was pointed out to me this morning. So go get that if you want it. I also took a flyer on Anthony Davis last night, 60-1 to win the MVP. Ooh. He's playing at a high level. There's three guys right now: Joel, Giannis, and Anthony Davis.
He's got to stay healthy.
Nobody's playing
better. If he stays healthy,
that's correct.
I think he has a very good chance.
But then you're going to hear Sean Bernard on the other side talk about that he's not even the MVP on his own team. And, of course, LeBron James.
So he's like the Brock Purdy of his.
That is correct. Which his head coach wouldn't even pick between.
Mickey
John
Mouse,
Jansen,
Brock
final
Purdy.
thoughts?
I thought I just did my final thoughts.
All right, thank you. Everybody have yourself a wonderful Thursday night. Go Easton Stick. 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 Picks and rolls next. We'll talk to you. Peace.
Fox Sports Radio, The Gambler. Now, total traffic for Philadelphia.
Jammed up on the Schuylkill westbound from Vare to the Vine, then you're jamming again from City Avenue out to Gladwin. Eastbound Schuylkill, stop and go from about the Blue Route into Belmont, and again the Boulevard into the Vine Expressway. Vine Expressway westbound crawling from 95 over to the Schuylkill. Spring Garden Street is closed over the Schuylkill Expressway because of a protest, and that's causing gridlock throughout the Art Museum area. Blue Route southbound, stop and go St. David's into Broomall with the crash in the left lane. Through South Jersey, jamming on 42 southbound, the Walt Whitman Bridge down to 295. 295 southbound, stop and go from 38 to 70, then 30 to 42. Brendan Joseph, Total Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. With a Chalupa Supreme beefy 5-layer burrito, crunchy taco, cinnamon twist, and medium drink, Taco Bell's $5 cravings box is packed as ever and $5 as ever. Get one at Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact store for price and purchase